Great, great. So this is great. The recording is on now. I see more and more people joining in, which is fantastic. My name is Majid. I'm the Chief of Operations on the TABOO project. This is a very, very exciting time for us. It's pretty much almost 5 in the morning for me right now, and I am as energized and buzzed as I would be if I was waking up early in the morning right now. It looks like we're about to have a record turnout on this call. And so, I'm quite privileged to be on this call right now because we really are right at the moment, very shortly here, going to be releasing our version 1 NFT and media marketplace. And I want to make sure that I'm live on the call to answer questions. I'm going to explain what's going on. This will go live at any minute. So it on this call. So we're going to be on this call together. I'm going to be discussing some of the changes that we had made, and some of what's going on. You might be thinking, well, it's already the time frame of which we would be launching, but the dev team has requested, and they're just doing this. It's going to be any minute now. We're just doing some security protocol updates. We want to make sure that we have the best security imaginable on this marketplace, so that your funds are secure, so that buying and trading is secure. And so that everybody can feel comfortable and safe on this marketplace. So there's some security protocol updates, some small ones that are going on, and for that reason, you can see, if you type in www.officiallytaboo.com, you can see that it says that the site is under construction right now. So we're right around the corner there. Just give me one moment here. Great. So this is really a historical time for the TABOO project. It has been about 7 months, and it's been a long time coming, and we're finally here. I will admit, I was a little bit nervous before, because it is such a big launch. I was trying to understand where my nerves were coming from. It wasn't to do with the content, because we have top-notch content. It wasn't to do with the development of the project, because really we have the best development team that money can buy. What it really has to do is this fear of unknown. And I want to just be vulnerable and share this with all of you. I want to make this clear that while this is our working product launch, it is still our version 1 working product launch. And I want our community to give as much feedback as possible, because we are going into unknown territories together. So I want people to be giving me information on the user interface, on the user experience. I want people to be sharing as much feedback as possible, because day in and day out, we are going to be continuously improving on the marketplace and how it functions. So I identified where my nervousness was coming from, and it comes from the fact that there is no such thing as perfection. Because this is version 1, we will constantly be updating, modifying, and improving on it. But I really want the community to be on my side and on the team side, and share and vocalize, so we can continue to build this brand. We can continue to make this marketplace the number 1 marketplace that everyone around the world turns to when they think adult entertainment.
Number 1 marketplace.
Adult type token. I'm going to ban anybody that speaks over me. That is really wrong, whoever did that, especially in this pivotal moment. You're muted. You're not going to be able to speak. That was very rude. So as we have this be the number 1 adult entertainment token, where everyone around the world knows, understands, and believes in TABOO. I can't wait for this launch, but I will tell everyone right now that is trickling in that the dev team is doing some last-minute security revisions and updates And they wanted this, they requested it from me. We will launch it anytime now. So I'm going to be here on the call to answer questions, and I will also be here to share some updates, and there will be a few updates as well. First of which is, we've made some additional changes to the marketplace. Our staking APY was, supposed to be around 12%. We've risen it. We're rising it to just over 15% now. Our farming protocol, we've risen it over to about 18% now, a little bit higher. So that's some good news there for the community. And in addition, when we look at the NFTs that are going to be on this marketplace, see, we have almost 300 exclusive NFTs that are going to be available on launch. Let's let that sink in. There has never been an NFT marketplace or any quote unquote competitor that has ever launched with this abundance of exclusive content. And we are the first to do that. And there is going to be full exclusivity on the platform for this. And what I mean by that is, when you own one of these NFTs, when you buy it, you're going to be the only one in existence that has that NFT, because we have designed this launch for our startup content as single minted copy NFTs. This was intentional because we are a premium brand. We are an exclusive brand. We want to make sure that people feel that what they own has value. And there is no shortage of content. In fact, what you see at launch, I anticipate there will be lots of buys, but we are constantly going to be updating and adding content, because right now, some of our model ambassadors are telling us, and I have warned everyone before as well, that the floodgates are going to open. We have people that are wanting to FOMO in, not just investors, but model partners as well. And they all want to be a part of Taboo. And of course, we are keeping high standards of excellence with who we choose to become partners with us, but I see that as a bullish sign. So again, we are going to have just close to 300 exclusive NFTs. When you see the marketplace and how it functions, you'll see it's very simple and user-friendly. If you do not have access to the higher tiers, unfortunately, you're going to have to buy more Taboo. This is part of our business model. For tier 1, it's, of course, you don't need to own Taboo. For tier 2, you're going to need to have a minimum of $1,000 USD in Taboo. And then tier 3, a minimum of $5,000 USD worth of Taboo when you connect your wallet. Staking, there will be lockup periods on the staking. I mentioned this on a previous AMA. We were going to go with the non-lockup period for staking. However, what we identified is the returns by doing so would be very small.
Hello.
And it would have to rely on, I'm going to mute anybody that speaks over me. People can ask questions after. We were initially going to launch this marketplace as a full DeFi ecosystem, where there would be liquidity mining, there would be liquidity provisions, there would be transaction fees going to LP providers for many, many Sierra pools, like different pools of Ethereum and BNB and all these different Sierra pools. However, what we noticed is it takes a bit of time for these DeFi ecosystems to develop. We definitely need to do a bit more education around how this all works. So I deactivated that from the dev team. That was my request, so that we can phase into the DeFi protocol shortly after launch. So there will be a type of staking where we are going to be helping you earn 15% to stake in a lockup period, and we'll have a higher percentage return on farming, and we'll slowly phase into the DeFi ecosystem, where one day we will become the pancake swap of the adult space. But I need to provide more education and marketing so we can generate a lot more price impact around these complex DeFi protocols. See, we always say simplicity is key. We want to make sure that when we launch, it is simple and user friendly, and we will continue to add to this marketplace and the features as we move to phase two and phase three, where you all know by reading the white paper that there will be a lot more utility coming in. Now, with that being said, like I said, the development team, we're just doing some final security updates right now. We're using the best security right now that you can possibly have on a platform like ours. And so the marketplace will be launching at any moment, at any minute now, potentially even within the hour, I think even before that right now. So, we're all standing by. I'm standing by as well. And so, I'm again, please don't speak until I'm finished. So, and I'm buzzed. I'm excited. This is really, really a unique time for us, and I can't wait for this marketplace to launch. But again, I would love to make sure that the community is providing feedback. We're going into unknown territories regardless, and we will constantly be improving and updating on this marketplace too. So what you see will never be the final product. In fact, we'll never have a final product because we'll have thousands and thousands of daily updates and new versions being built all the time. So without further ado, I would like to open up the floor to questions. In the meantime, as our dev team is working tirelessly around the scenes, so have I as well to make sure that that this launch happens smoothly, effectively, and really in the way that will make everyone happy. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the floor to some questions here. In the meantime.
Yes, this is Shrifty. Could you repeat the URL for the marketplace, or is it going to be on the taboo.community website?
Right. So it's going to be www.officiallytaboo.com. It's a brand new interface, brand new website. Taboo.community is still going to be live. Right shortly after we launch, we're going to add, either you can call it a widget or a banner that says NFT marketplace is now live, and here's the link to it to redirect over to officiallytaboo.com as well. So that's gonna be in place. And I actually I missed one point. This is a very, very important point as well. So our transaction tax, we know it's 7%. We are gonna be modifying that and reducing it. We're gonna be removing the redistribution tax, and so that's gonna remove 2% of the tax. So that makes it 5%, but we're also going to reduce the liquidity tax by 1%. And keep the burn. So for now, and we're going to make further alterations down the line, our transaction tax is being reduced from 7% to 4%. So 3% liquidity, and you can call that, kind of LP wallet. You can call that, since we fund a lot of LP on exchanges like Gates and other major exchanges that we're looking to be listing on later this year, which it gets very expensive. And we're going to keep the 1% burn as well. So that's going to be reduced. So so I just wanted to make that very, very clear. So yeah, I can open up the floor now to some more questions.
Hey,
Yeah,
Majid.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi, Majid. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So a quick question. As far as for any of us new investors, I remember when Taboo first launched, and I definitely hit myself for not getting in then. But V2 is about to hit in a couple of minutes. What exactly is like the best course of action for those of us that are just trying to just really make up for a bag that's been missed? You guys are at 275K market cap, $1 million market cap right now. I know staking is an option you guys have. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, just what else? I just need to hear a little bit about Just show it to me, just as far as like why V2 is a big thing for those who are just now getting in. I know for people who are previously been in, I'm sure you guys are stoked for this. But for us new investors, um, just yeah, that's just all I'm looking for here.
Oh, so you just want to learn a little bit more about Taboo and just in general, what makes us special, what makes us different. Not a problem at
Um,
all. So, is
Yeah,
that
no,
what you were asking?
I've been following you guys. I should have aped in from launch. I remember launch very specifically. But just as far as the V2 update, I just want to know what exactly is really changing. And that should make someone who's a new investor bullish as to why this is a great time to get in and continue with the project as opposed to someone who, has been a day one holder and is like, has been anticipating the
Hmm.
V2. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, the V1 marketplace is launching. This is the first time we're going to have a working product in place. So it's not V2, it's V1 right now. This is going to be an NFT media marketplace platform where we specialize in highly exclusive NFT content for V1. We're going to have a lot more other utilities coming thereafter. People can buy and sell NFTs, which is really, really important. We have utilities like staking and farming in place, as you correctly mentioned. But the biggest thing is, moving forward on the later phases, we are going to be adding in a lot more really exciting innovations. One of which is interactions with our content DMs. There are going to be things like live shows, active tipping, staking onto individual profiles as well. We are going into virtual reality. I am looking at going into the metaverse as well. So yes, metaverse has been on my mind, and we want to start to do that as well. So
Nice.
there's a lot more coming for Taboo. And really, if I was to keep it simple right now, we are the number one adult entertainment token on blockchain. And I want people to get behind my vision. See, the adult entertainment space is a multi-billion-dollar industry. If we just are able to get 10% of that, this will hit 100 billion in market cap, because that's billions and billions of dollars a year that we take of market share from the adult entertainment space. I just want to make that clear as well. But some of the differentiators of Taboo and what makes us special is we are not a traditional porn project. Although we are in adult entertainment, we have not safe for work and safe for work content. We have a range of it all, right? And creators have the opportunity to decide what tier they want to be able to place their content in. So tier one and tier two, for example, tier one is all the safer work content. Tier two is a little bit more on the implied nudity side. Tier three is more nudity type content as well. And you need to own and hold a certain amount of Taboo to get access to higher tiers. So this is another part of our business model that is very unique
Mm,
as well, right? So just to give you some information about Taboo and what is causing a firestorm. But what really is causing the firestorm is we are Playboy, but on blockchain. So, our model partners, they're all international Playmate models, supermodels. We work with the best of the best in terms of content creators. While we are a crypto token project, we are also equally an entertainment company. So that's why by getting into the higher tiers, you will get access to live events, VIP parties. We're even thinking of doing a Taboo festival. There's a lot going on with this as a brand beyond just a crypto token. Does that make sense? So,
right. Yeah, absolutely. I heard that. Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting, man. That's yeah, like curious to see how this is going to turn out. And that's true. Everything you said is true. So I mean, as far as potential wise, so yeah, and
yeah.
as far as like users making their own NFTs, I'm guessing that could be anything as far as like what like a GIF of like what could be a OnlyFans type of snap. Is that what we're like looking at as far as like the NFT will be traded on the marketplace?
Yeah,
Like
I mean, people can upload simple JPEGs. They can upload video type NFTs as well. We have a strict KYC criteria for creators. They got
right.
to apply, do a KYC. We can approve and reject it. We even approve and reject the NFTs that they upload because we want to make sure that we keep that's what makes us different. I mean, you look at other
That's dope.
marketplaces, they'll let any kind of content go on there, but we're not that. We are not that kind of company. Does that make sense? So
yeah, absolutely. That's great that you guys are filtering through the content. Yeah, as well as the people that are posting. That's dope. Yeah, I guess that's about it. And yeah, best of luck with everything.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to just mention, as well, right? I know that a lot of the community earlier today, even when I went to sleep for the 2.5 hours that I was able to sleep, which I barely sleep now because I love working on Taboo, and especially preparing for this launch. You know, there was a hesitation for me to make an exact day, an exact time for launch because when it comes to building a tech platform like ours, people just have to expect delays. They do, but I did not want to make a specific time in anticipation of that. See, now, even when I did the countdown, we've decided our dev team wants to add some more extra security measures. And some of these processes, they only are seen as you are doing it and as you are finalizing the preparations leading up to launch. So, when I was looking at the chat earlier today, I was a little disheartened because for me, we're building a brand that's going to be here for multiple generations. Like Playboy's been around for decades. That's the timeline that I have for Taboo. And when I see people worrying and complaining about a few hours here and there, I just don't know if that's fair. I think people need to remember that this is a project and this is a brand that is meant to stay here. And it's a serious project that is meant to stay here. So, if there was a delay, quote unquote, people should be happy because we do not want to launch with bugs and, technical errors and glitches that would be disastrous for your investment, right? And I'm a very fussy person. I'm pretty type A when it comes to running a business as well. And so is James. And, we have given our dev team a hard time, like to the point that, they're sweating because we want to make sure that everything is done to the way that we feel is to the standards that we know it deserves. And so we've given them a really hard time. Like after launch, I will probably apologize to them for how I've also behaved on certain calls, because the pressure is not only on, but we're building a multi-billion-dollar business here, and there's just no margin for error. So, James and I are very fussy. James a little bit more than me. And that's just the reality of it all. A lot of the quote unquote delays, really, you can blame me and you can blame James because we have been the ones that have been so picky about everything. And I will never regret that. I will never regret that. So yeah. Any other questions right now on the call?
Hi,
Yeah,
Majid.
Majid, I'm here.
I have
For
one
me.
question.
Okay.
It's in regards to staking. So, is there a maximum number of tokens we can stake plus the staking?
Yeah,
So,
go on.
okay. So, first question was about the maximum number of tokens, and secondly, what was my question? Maybe if you can just answer it, I can just try to recall what was my other question.
Yeah. There's no maximum to stake at the moment. So there's no maximum, which is good. And where it's almost like a centralized staking platform. Like we're funding the APY right now. That we're providing the 15% APY and the 18% for farming for the time being, whether it's 3-4 weeks, 5 weeks, until we can start to create educational materials and packages and market around the DeFi ecosystem that I told you all. It's amazing. Imagine branding as not only the Playboy of blockchain, but the pancake swap of the adult space, but I believe in maximizing price impact and making sure that there's always proper marketing in place. If I launch this marketplace with all these features, see, our dev team is so technically sound, they actually over delivered on what I wanted from them for V1 that I had to get them to scale it back a bit, because it's not right to have investors, and especially non-crypto centric investors. We are trying to target the non-crypto centric investment market just as much as crypto centric investors. See, when we have a Chloe Terre or a Jenny Summers or a Holly Barker, promoting us and their NFTs to their communities and their massive followers, many of them have never owned a cryptocurrency before. So when they come onto the marketplace and they start hearing terms like liquidity mining and this and that, they're going to have smoke blowing out their ears. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to make it as simple as possible so that it is a friendly experience where anyone who doesn't understand crypto learns about Taboo, sees our billboard in Las Vegas with our new domain, goes onto the website. They're going to be able to find a simple way of buying and holding Taboo. So
Thanks, Majid. Yeah. So my follow-up question is, I will try to stick as soon as we go live. But if ever we have issues, do we have customer support enabled in the marketplace where we can reach out and maybe they can assist us?
Yeah. So our dev team is on hand and on deck, especially for the beginning of this launch. And of course, as things start to settle down and everything starting to work and function, then of course they will be there on standby whenever I need them. But they know that they haven't slept in the last 3 days, all of them. I haven't slept in the last 3 days. So they wouldn't be launching a marketplace with us without being there, especially right after launch, knowing that with any product launch, I mean, this happened to Apple, this happened to Facebook. You can try to strive for perfection, but once it launches, things can happen out of your control. And so we're trying to make sure that we're ready for it. Does that make sense? So
Yes. Thanks a lot, Majid. And big respect to you, to James and the team. I hope you all have some sleeping pills at hand, soon after marketplace, you can just swallow it all. Bye, man.
yes. I mean, again, like I said, like few hours here and there should be a non-issue, right? I should not have been worrying today about the expectations of the community, especially when the dev team right now is working on security protocols that is meant to make your investment safe on the platform. We need to make sure it is not only fully secure, but bulletproof. So when they told me that they need a bit more time, I'm going to give them that time. I'm not going to tell them we're going to launch regardless in some sort of righteous act just to make sure I meet a self-imposed deadline. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to be destructive like that. I've seen marketplaces really, really fail because they do that. So we're now waiting. This can happen at any minute. They're waiting to update the servers to the degree of efficiency and security that they're happy with, which will make us happy. So and this is really the last security layer that they are waiting on to be installed. That is what really all we're waiting on right now. And the only other thing as well is the moment that that's complete is changing our tokenomics, which James is on hand to do that, so we can reduce the 7% transaction tax down to 4%, which should be very, very good news for all of you. And this is something we talked about since day one. When we will launch the marketplace, we will remove redistributions, we will lower our transaction taxes, and we plan to make alterations down the line as well at the right time too. We will keep the burn though. I have a good affiliation with burn taxes. I like them as well. So we're going to keep that for now. But if we ever remove the burn, we'll do manual burns. Don't you worry.
Majid, I had a
I
quick
have a
question.
quick question about the pricing for Taboo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was just wondering. So you mentioned
I
the.
just want to mention one key point. When with this extra security layer, we have like triple, quadruple security layers in place. The activation, it's just the activation of it right now is just taking a little longer than expected for the dev team. That is really all that is happening right now. So just anyway, so to answer your question, go ahead.
Just a quick question on you mentioned the pricing tiers being basically the amount of Taboo you have to hold in US dollars. How are you calculating the price of Taboo, or where are you getting your price feed from?
Yeah, so the dev team has created, it's kind of like their own little oracle, like they have that in place. So it's being tracked against the price of Taboo at all times. So but we started this with just US dollars. I didn't want to make a change to tokens because I didn't want to confuse the community, but that doesn't mean I won't make that change after launch and make it based on Taboo tokens, or maybe making some additional ways to bypass tiers. Like if you stake a certain amount of Taboo, then you can bypass the tier. Or if you have a certain amount of Taboo tokens, then you can also bypass the tier. So these are not definitive, finalized, stamped decisions. I'm always open and I'm always looking at ways to improve on our business model. But I think for now, when I think about the utility aspect and I think about 3,000 new holders coming in every few days, I think $10,000 and $5,000 that people need to buy to access higher tiers, I think that's quite fair. And I think that will strengthen our price action in and of itself, because that's really important to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Majid. Just as a follow-up to that question from Brian, which is a great question, the decision to make it so that it's based on dollars, isn't that then, if as the price fluctuates, you can be bouncing around the different tiers because it's not locked to the amount of Taboo you own, and then it doesn't really reward early holders who are like, well, I own a certain amount. As the price goes up, hey, that's bumped me up from tier 2 to tier 3 because as this thing has become obviously more popular, the price goes up, and then my tier goes up because I'm an early adopter. Why was the decision to make it so that it was just straight cash? Because there's no ability to be able to lock yourself into one tier where you are.
Right. So I'll tell you why. Because when we made this white paper, our market cap was like 3 or 4 million. If we kept some of the tiers were like 50 million Taboo at the time, right? Because we were like 20, 30 times cheaper in price. More than that, actually. Oh my gosh, wow, like actually 100 times cheaper. So we would have then been forced to continuously change, just like those what are they called? Those launchpad tokens, where they have to keep modifying their tiering token requirements because now almost everybody is priced out. I didn't want to be in a position where the majority of holders are priced out of being able to buy NFTs. I don't think that would be fair. So the dollar amount was a simple way, and that was the mindset that we had at the time. Does that make sense? Because it's something that's uniform and it doesn't have to be related to the token amount. But like I said, I am going to introduce to add to the business model, a token amount that can maybe, also either work alongside this or replace it. Does that make sense? So I just wanted to launch the way that we had designed it in the white paper, and I still think it does make sense. But again, if we had left it with the token amount, nobody would have been able to actually access any of the tiers, really, considering we went 100 times in the last 45 days.
Yeah. So if I put $1,000 in and then suddenly the price of Taboo goes down, am I bumped out of tier 2 and into free tier?
I mean, that's usually how it works, right? That's usually how it works. Yep. Yeah, I know. It's like you can't.
So the safest option is purchasing halfway between the two tiers to account for price.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I want to make sure I implement the token amount as well, because that can also eliminate. I mean, once you have that token amount, it's set. But again, when we were 100 times cheaper in sort of price, we would have priced out a lot of people. So that's one of the reasons why I left it like this for the time being.
For the time being. Always time to grow. Beautiful. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Great. Any other questions at the moment?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the NFTs, which network is it on? Is it Ethereum or Binance?
Which what? Sorry, I missed that.
The NFTs.
What about them?
Which network is it running on?
Which tier you said?
No, which network?
Network.
I'm so James. Can you repeat him for me? I don't know why I can't.
What chain?
What network? What network
yeah,
is NFTs coming on?
BSC.
Thank you.
But we are BSC. Yeah, it's Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, but
got a
we are
question.
going to be going cross chain. You know, we're going to be going cross chain at one point with Cardano, Solano, Harmony One. That's actually some of this is in phase 2 of our marketplace. We have 3 major phases of development. So, you know, there's going to be, you know, a cross chain. There's going to be asset bridges being made. We will integrate other payment methods as well, but we wanted to launch this with Taboo as the primary native token to buy and spend on the marketplace as well. So yeah, go on. Someone else had a question.
Yeah, I heard a lot about having the token for the marketplace. Wasn't there holding the Taboo Punk grant you certain access also?
Absolutely. See, the Taboo Punks is really also an entry point to the entertainment aspect of our brand, and the live events and the invites to exclusive parties and all of that. And we did make sure that there's tiering access bypassing, but the thing that's happening right now is the Taboo Punks are not in people's hands yet. So when the Taboo Punks are in your hands, then there will be the bypassing of the tiers. However, the big benefit to me is really, and also just an equally big benefit, is the fact that by owning a Taboo Punks, it's like your gateway or entry point to the world of Taboo beyond just the content. So yeah. So when the Taboo Punks are delivered, that is when that will happen.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is there
So are
an
we still
update
looking at today?
on when the Taboo Punks will be delivered?
Yeah. So okay. So I have a, you know, again. So you saw how the previous design was. It was quite terrible, right? So, you know, I went and I hired an expert digital artist. I mean, this person has had people like riffraff buy his work, and you know he has actually, you know, what we're doing with the Taboo Punks, so you all know, we're creating 50 base models with 200 variations on them. That's why I'm showing design examples from them, and he's hand making those designs because I want to make sure the punks are going to become valuable when people own them. That's the whole point of this, right? So you know, and we're only going to have 10,000 minted in existence, and we are still in the pre-sale phase. But to my knowledge, someone bought about, I think, 5 Ethereum today in one purchase. So you know, the idea with the Taboo Punks is, I believe I've spoken to him. You know, I spoke to him the other day. We're pushing, and I'm pushing him to the point where he has enough pressure not to break down, but you know, and I also don't want to make him feel like this individual can take their time. So I found that sweet balance. We're looking at beginning of December, like December 1st is what we're aiming for, and that's what I'm giving him as a target deadline. And this is an anticipated timeline. It is not a definitive timeline for all 10,000 to have been made. And from there, we will see how much has been sold, and we will go from there on what we decide to do at that point. So the Taboo Punks are right around the corner. But I will say this, the Taboo Punks was never a central focus of the project. It just so happened that everyone wants to own one, that it became a focal point of AMAs and in the main chat, which was never my intention. So it was never the main focus, but once we launch, that will also be another initiative we focus on to speed up the development and the release of them. So.
And how will the rarity of them be distributed?
Oh, it's going to be randomized. It has to be randomized.
So just a random selection. Okay, great.
Yeah. Of course, it needs to be. It wouldn't be fair otherwise if it wasn't random, right? So.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was based
usually
on
what
like
happens
first
when
come,
people-
first serve.
When people no that it's usually when whenever there's pre-sales on NFTs, if anyone's in the NFT space and they like buying and flipping NFTs, for example, you can make a lot of money, but they're just as risky as buying a shitcoin. Honestly, the prices can tank on open seas quite quickly, for example, for Ethereum based ones, but some of them can skyrocket just like a shitcoin. Usually when there's a pre-sale or you want to mint them, it's all randomized and you don't know if you're going to get a legendary and rare one versus a common one. Does that make sense? So
Yes, thank you.
So I'm just getting another update from the dev team. Yeah, okay, great. They're still waiting on the activation side of the server updates for the security side of things. So yeah, they're still waiting on that right now. So okay, good. Any other questions right now on the call?
Hi, Majid. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you think the big exchanges will have any issues with our platform content in the future for listing?
Well, I mean, we listed on Gate, they're a top 10 exchange. So that should tell you that top 10 exchanges are happy with us and they have read our white paper and they do know that tier 4 will have XXX rated content when that goes live in later versions.
Good morning. What's going on?
But I think the biggest selling point, and I've had to have discussions with some of these exchanges to help them really understand why we're different. When they understand it, they become a little bit more open to it. And so, I mean, we are already in contact with other major exchanges. There's multiple top 5 ones we're in contact with, and they're very happy with us. And it's just a matter of timing for them and when we can get listed. And I just signed on an application for a top 5 exchange, an NDA, so I'm not allowed to share anything about it. Yeah, I just said that. I just signed an NDA with a top 5 exchange because I just did an application form with them. So that means there is interest. So there's no need to worry on that. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you.
So
hi there.
Is there any? Sorry, I'll just go ahead.
I had a quick question about the exchange trade and obviously the Gate.io, and you're on Hotbit as well. Is there going to be a way for the tiers to be accessible if you've got an exchange holding? So if I've got a holding on Hotbit, can that count towards my? Obviously, I can't link a wallet in that sense. Is that been thought of?
Can you repeat the question?
So if I've got if I'm holding Taboo, but it's on an exchange like Gate.io, can that holding be counted towards my tier access?
No, that's because we have our own independent platform. So that it's just that's hold on, I'm trying to make sure James can get in the call for a few minutes actually. I think we haven't heard from him for a little while, so I think it'd be great to have him on the call. But that's something that James and I were a little frustrated about, because when you go to the marketplace, you have to connect your private wallet that holds Taboo. So unfortunately, if you have tokens on an exchange, it's not going to work, and that's typical of other marketplaces and platforms too. So that's just the ugly truth of it all. I'm sorry that I have to share that with you.
That's okay. Also, in the same vein, if you're holding liquidity and you have liquidity tokens instead of actual Taboo tokens, will they count towards your holding as well, or is that a similar situation?
What do you mean by liquidity? What do you mean by that?
So if you stake your Taboo, you normally get a liquidity
Yeah.
token for your stake of the pool.
Yeah. Okay, so here's one thing that we made sure of. When people stake, whatever Taboo you stake will not, remove your tier access. So if someone is in tier 3 because they have $5,000 of USD of Taboo that is worth that they're holding, and they stake that $5,000, they will not lose their tiering access. That is what we made sure of.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and James is going to be on the call shortly as well to pop in. And we haven't heard from him in a little while. So I think many of you are going to be very happy to have him on the voice call as well. So it's not just always me speaking. So yeah. Great.
So one more question about the NFTs.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've kind of purchased NFTs using the Google mailing and then purchase them through the. My only concern or question is, how are you guaranteeing we're not going to exceed the 10,000 mints?
Oh, right. Okay. So we are keeping a very, very close eye on the transactions right now. I know we're probably at about, I personally, we haven't been able to make an announcement yet. And I keep saying this on every AMA. I need to make an announcement on how many are left, because we have had a lot of buys recently. We're probably around, I know we're over half. We've probably sold close to 5,500, 6,000, I'm thinking. But that's a good thing that you brought up. We have a DApp that we made. I will talk to the developer that we have that supports us. I believe that we have the code on GitHub for the DApp. I believe he can maybe add in on the code and make some code adjustments where once it hits the 10,000, it just freezes the ability to buy. That's a very good point. Thank you. I will make sure that this gets done. Thank you. Actually, I appreciate that.
No
Yeah,
worries.
because
And then
we
I
wouldn't
haven't
want people
seen
to be
the.
purchasing beyond the 10,000, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because the Google Doc one, I know from purchasing through the app, I got an email, but through the Google Doc, I didn't get an email. So
Yeah. So we've made the cross references. We have OG Foodie that you can also DM if you have any concerns. Anyone that used the old Google form, you will still receive your NFTs. Anyone that sent Ethereum from an exchange wallet, we're going to make announcements closer to that. If anyone bought from an exchange wallet, send you can also reach out to us. We also have your information to reach out to you to make sure we have the appropriate wallet. So we're making all the preparations there. But that's one of the biggest reasons why we needed to make that DApp and improve the payment process, because that could have been disastrous. When we had 10,000 and now we have to deal with 3,000 people or 2,000 people that bought from exchanges. Now you have to connect in an ERC compatible wallet on the DApp with the new purchase method. So we've streamlined it on that side, but we're manually making sure that you will receive your Taboo Punks from anyone that bought before that. So you have nothing to worry about.
I'm not worried. I was gonna say kudos because you've saved a lot of people gas money, like ridiculous amounts in gas prices. So I appreciate that. And but I know that once people realize the importance of it, I feel like we're gonna hit that 10,000 quicker than you guys can keep track of. So
Yeah.
I was just wondering
exactly.
I was just wondering if you plan a cutoff for the sale of taboo punks, and if you'll burn anything unsold, or if you're just gonna sort of sell until they run out.
Yeah, we thought about that, but right now there's so much demand for them. Like I have about 5 other design examples. There's diversity examples of different skin tones of ladies, and I'm going to share more of them. And the themes are so cool. And so every time we make an announcement, there's a lot of buys that come in, and there's been lots of buys coming in. And I really want people to own a Taboo Punks, because again, for some of my future plans on this project, having a Taboo Punks is like that entry point or ticket to the world of Taboo's live events. So I really want, we were going to consider doing burns at this point. at how big of a project we are now, I see no problem with us selling them out in the next few weeks anyway. So so I think I want to give more community members a chance to be able to attend these events. So I'm really not doing the burns to just for the community to make sure that they can get a chance to own one, right? So yeah, and 10,000 is not a lot. Like that's the only 10,000 that'll ever be in existence for these taboo punks. We're not gonna have another round of these ever. So
Hi, Majid.
hi there.
I hope you don't mind to me introduce some fun in this chat because we are a family and because you deserve. Are you planning? Are you planning live in the taboo mansion with taboo girls?
You know, I I don't think in that way or that in that fashion, honestly. You know, yes, we are the playboy of blockchain, and yes, we will have mansion parties and all of that. But you know, there's a fine line, especially in the position that I'm in as a business owner and a co-founder with James. You know, for myself at least, you know, I draw a line in the sand. You know, in terms of the ambassadors that we work with and all of that. You know, I see them as partners in the business, and you know, I personally will not, you know, that's not something I will go to. If that you get my point on this, I will not do that. We will have fun parties. We will have Taboo Mansion will be there, right? But anybody that's part of the team that we work with, you know, I see them as partners in the business because you know at the end of the day, we're here to grow this company and we're here to make a lot of people money, and that's my number focus. So, yeah. But very fun question. Of course, we will have fun. Don't worry, we will have fun. There will be lots of parties that we will go to. So, yeah.
Just a quick question on the Taboo punks. Is the only way to purchase them with Ethereum?
Yes.
Okay.
And this
Okay,
was a
fine.
marketing strategy that we did as well for a few reasons. See, one, the gas fees. I know the gas fees are really expensive to buy them. The gas fees are even more expensive to mint on BSC in the first place for the taboo punks, whereas the minting is very cheap. So that's why we didn't do that. But at the same time, if they are Ethereum based, people have the opportunity to, you know, put them on OpenSeas. We can get free marketing exposure on OpenSeas. People will see them and say, "Wow, look at these taboo punks. You know, what is taboo?" And then they will then be able to learn about taboo. So this is no different than, for example, when you look at our marketplace, you're going to see on every NFT we have the taboo branded logo in place, right on the top right. You know, when we make our merch store, we're gonna have taboo branded merch. You know, we're trying to make sure that we go viral everywhere for the brand. You know how like Coca-Cola is everywhere and Pepsi, you see it everywhere. That's why we're starting to do more billboards, and you know, we're really focusing on brand building just as much as we are on the marketing that can, you know, directly grow the crypto price, like an exchange listing, for example. Does that make sense? So I focus on both equally. So.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
I have a question.
Hi, Majid.
Hi
Quick
there. How are
question.
you?
Yeah, no, good. Well, I'm on my lunch break now in work, but I thought I'd just pop in. I'd imagine that obviously the marketplace launch is going to have some positive price impact, but I'm not that familiar with NFTs. So, in what way would that actually work? Why would it impact the price, if you know what I mean?
Okay, so you know, I think first and foremost, you know, you know, the truth is from, you know, very early on, from the very beginning, you know, we had I wish I could share the stories with all of you. I mean, and I will share some. I mean, there were times where we would have bot attacks from competitors. I don't want to list the names because I don't want to, you know, stoop to their level. Every single day for weeks, we would have people calling us a scam coin, you know, this and that, name calling. Even today, to these days, people still think, some people because we haven't launched our product yet, we're somehow not a legitimate project. See, here's the thing. Price impact can come because of a psychological concept that people tend to have. They need to see it to believe it. See, I'm a visionary and I don't need to see things to believe things, but many people need to see it first to believe it. So price impact can come strictly from us having a working product. Secondly, we have utility now. Actually own a certain amount of Taboo in order to access higher tier content. Does that make sense? So that's another aspect too. The third is the marketplace is very simple and user friendly. So when the Chloe Terres of the world promotes her NFTs to someone like, James always says is Joe Blog, for example, he's just using some, average person that doesn't know crypto in terms of understanding crypto and wanting to get in on it. When they go onto the marketplace and they want to buy a tier 3 NFT of Chloe, they need to own $5,000 of Taboo as well. Do you get my point? So you're starting to see some of the utility aspects of our marketplace and how that can drive price action. And then I'm not even going into, the fact that I want to do subscription models in some later phases for people to be able to, send a private DM to Jenny Summers or Holly Barker if these models want to be interacting on the platform and they want to do that, it shouldn't be free to do that. Does that make sense? So, there's lots of different areas of utility that are going to help with price action. Another one is in the later phases, staking onto individual profiles. Huge, 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 and I can go on and on about that, but do you get where I'm coming from in terms of the price action, as well as now that we have a working product, marketing and marketing spend will be a lot more effective. So, because we can market that we have a marketplace that is functioning, we can market that these NFTs have sold for this amount and that amount, and there's just so many possibilities there. But I don't anticipate necessarily that we're going to magically pump 2 or 3 times the moment we launch the marketplace. I could be wrong. I mean, nobody expected us to pump from 4 million to 600 million in a month. So, you know what I mean? So, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
Really good answer. Thanks for clearing that up. Just one quick follow-on question.
Yeah.
Will the sale of the punks impact the project funds, i.e., will the Taboo team then get money because punks are sold and resold that then can be funneled back into activities such as marketing?
No. The Taboo punks are for the community. If I want to own a Taboo punks, I have to buy it just like you, and it's going to be randomized, like I'm a community member, and you're going to get to
Sorry, no.
It's there.
I said that wrong. I meant the sale of the NFTs on the marketplace, not the punks. My bad.
Oh, what about them?
So, is there going to be any sort of cut that goes to the project that can then be reused for marketing through the sale of the NFTs on the marketplace?
Oh, right. Okay, so this is a big, big selling point, I would say, because, unfortunately, I will say that, greed can really, really dominate development teams. It can really, really dominate different business partners that you work with, of course. Luckily, James and I, if you look on BSC Scan, you'll see there's no marketing development token that's been touched. There is no team wallets that have been touched. In fact, we haven't even taken any profit on this, right? So we are here to grow this because we're business-minded people and we want to do what's right for the integrity of the project at all times. See, when it comes to NFT sales, we are not taking a cut out of that. 100% goes to the content creator. All of it. The only thing that is going to be taken is a processing fee, depending on the tiers. So tier 1, there will be a 10% processing fee that comes back to the team. Okay. And then Tier 2, it's going to be 7.5%. Tier 3 is 5%. Tier 4 is 2.5%. So we're creating incentives for our creators to also, if they want to make more money, instead of making 90%, they can make 97.5 by going to the higher tier. See, I have thought out all of this from the very beginning. It's just we're 7 months in now, and the blueprint, now the home is being built from the blueprint, right? But we don't care about those NFT sales. We want our creators to thrive. We want our community to thrive by making money selling that exclusive NFT for a higher price again as well, right? So, and the processing fee is really an overhead expense fee to manage the platform. It's not even profit for us. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is in regards to staking and farming. Staking APY has increased to 50%. However, what would be the APY for farming for those actually worried about impermanent loss?
Okay, yeah. So the staking is going to be 50. I didn't say 50. It's going to be 15%. Okay, and the farming is, we're looking at about 18% or so on this one, right, for the farming. So, and again, we will transition into a fully decentralized marketplace sometime after launch, where really it's the volume that will dictate the staking and farming rewards. But to start off on launch, we have set the rewards that we feel is attractive. I mean, 15% staking rewards in a year, also paid out weekly, is more than a lot of people will make on a redistribution tax of 2%. So it is actually attractive in my mind. Making staking rewards that are too high can crush a project's price because of all the inflationary sell pressure that happens from it. So, and we are looking, we are in the midst of making more educational videos and instructionals right now, helping highlight the differences between staking and farming, because impermanence loss really is a risk for farming, but it can also be very, very lucrative if people understand when to farm at the right times. So, yeah. Good question.
So I just starting of this presentation, but when is the marketplace actually going live?
Yeah, like I said, it's going any minute. I mean, I'm waiting for actually a timeline update from the dev team right now. There's been a bunch of messages in our dev chat, so let me just read through it right now. Okay. So let me find out. Give me one moment. Let's find out. Yeah, so they're very close. They said that they've yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I'm waiting for her to reply on this. So yeah, I'm gonna give, I think they actually are able to give an actual timeline here. So so let me just double check this. It's really exciting. This is a very exciting time for us. Okay, good. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm gonna wait for her reply, one of the dev team members, and then I'll give that reply as well. So good. Any other questions right now on the call while we are waiting for our launch? And
I was going to ask. Oh yeah, sorry for cutting up, Chief. No, I was just going to ask, what do you think is your most, like, if you were to name like the two key selling points that differentiate you to the other adult tokens, like your cum rockets and stuff like that? What is the biggest, I guess, differentiator you think between yourself and those projects?
There's a lot of differentiators. If you're asking for the biggest differentiator, I would probably, I can't answer it as one differentiator because there's too many of them, but I would say first and foremost it is okay. This is how I would answer this. There's 3 pillars to Taboo: quality, innovation, and exclusivity. So we are different in terms of quality. You look at our model partners, we selectively curate supermodels and celebrity type models and just the top of the line creators, content creators, just like Playboy did it. We have that innovation. You look at the tech aspect of our marketplace. I mean, simply anybody can make a MetaMask wallet in milliseconds on our marketplace launch. I don't know if you all know this, but anybody can do that in milliseconds. They can set up a wallet, they can get a private key, and they can have that done for them. So, you know, we have innovative strength and exclusivity. Our tiering system model is extremely unique. Our name is marketable. You know, pardon my language, some of these names of these competitors, good luck. You're never going to list on Binance. But who's to say that James and I aren't already in contact with Binance? I'm not confirming it. I'm not denying it. But we may very well have an open line of communication with Binance. But guess what? They hear the name Taboo, and they're more willing to speak to us. That's the point I'm trying to make. Our name is also more marketable. Our brand imaging is better. You know, we are like Playboy in decentralized fashion, bridging the gap that Playboy failed to do by not going digital and bringing power back to creators. We allow a welcoming environment for safer work leading up to not for safer work content. I'll give you an example. There's a model ambassador. I don't need to mention there's a model that I don't need to mention the name, but you know, there was some content from a shoot that they were not comfortable with. They messaged me and said, hey, you know, I'm not comfortable with this content being on there. But you know, there was other content that they were very happy to put onto the marketplace on our launch. So we have a very inclusive environment when it comes to that. You know, there's a lot of reasons, my friend, but I think the number one reason, if you were to ask me, is we are an adult entertainment, but porn is not our flagship product. That is the biggest differentiator, if I was to put it into a simple term. So
cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh gosh, people are not writing. People are not writing, copying my quotes. Well, I mean, they never said I couldn't actually say that, but it's okay. It's okay. Just try to make sure I don't get, you know, we don't get delisted for me saying this or lose that potential. Everybody, I was just making an example. But, you know, guess the cat caught my tongue. Whoops. But I will say that we've always had Binance on our radar from day one. In fact, you know, it's so funny. Like, you know, before we were on any exchange, I remember I was having a conversation with James. I'm on the phone with him all, you know, a lot, right? You know, every day we're in contact. You know, and we're thinking about our first exchange, and he's just like, "Why are we thinking about these exchanges? Why don't we just go straight to Binance? What will it take to go straight to Binance?" And we actually spent time trying to figure that out. And we found out that we are unable to do that because they're a tier 1 exchange and we have to list on tier 2 exchanges first. So we grudgingly listed on our first exchange, not because we wanted to, because we felt like we had to. Just a funny story for all of you. But I will say that we will list on Binance one day. And when we do, that's when everyone will know why we are different than the other adult entertainment tokens. Because Binance will never, ever list those coins. None of them. I promise you that. Okay. Anyway, next question.
Majid,
yeah,
ever passed through your mind to have a TV channel in the future?
Yeah, well, I want to make a radio show. You know, it was even in the white paper. I want to do the radio show. You know, our YouTube has almost over 1,000 subscribers. In fact, that's monetization worthy just by the amount of subscribers we have, right? I love public speaking. In fact, one day I would love to be able to just be in a speaking role and not just operating. One day, maybe 3-5 years from now. I'm not saying this is anytime soon, right? But I love to speak, and I would love to be doing these kinds of things. And I believe that Taboo is going to give me the opportunity to do what I love the most. So to answer your question, yeah, that would be fantastic.
Hey, Majid, quick question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any plans, or you guys thought about entering the webcam adult chat business?
So in our later versions, right, for the tier 4, I mean, okay, we are an adult entertainment. Porn is not our flagship product, but in tier 4, we are going to allow a section for XXX, you know, and the reason why I made this tiering system, see, I designed this so smartly. When people go onto the marketplace, if you do not own Taboo and you don't have $1,000 or $5,000, you are not going to see adult content. You are going to see fantastic exclusive NFTs that are safe for work. That is the biggest, the most amazing part about Taboo. But tier 4, there will be XXX, and we will have the ability for people and creators, if they so choose and if they're comfortable with it, you know. There's a reason why I never went with all our competitors. You know, I remember I went on a call a number of months ago with an agent for a big adult star. Like, we're talking a big porn star. And I said, okay, what would that do to our brand image if I was to bring on this ambassador? I believe it would have hurt our brand image. I really do. So, you know, I didn't do it. In fact, we could have had 100 ambassadors right now, but we decided not to go with them because we want to have people like the Chloe Terrys of the world with us. We want to have people like Ansha Utgard, that is now our ambassador, Holly, Jenny, CJ. These are the kinds of creators and partners we want to have. But the tier 4, you know, we will have the ability for active staking, tipping. You know, if creators want to interact with their fans, you know, after you stake on their profiles, and like kind of like OnlyFans, you know, it's up to them. You know, if you want to get into their exclusive private shows and you want to tip them, you know, like live webcams, we're gonna have all of that in later versions. I hope you all understand that, and I hope we've all read the white paper, because that's all coming. That's all coming. It's just, we're not making pornography our flagship product. That's what I really want to emphasize on this. So, but it's coming. It's all coming.
Thank you very much.
So I have a question also. First of all, I would say thanks. I think this is a great project. I just joined it today. It sounds really nice. But you said, is it 5,000 tokens or $5,000 you need to hold to watch the adult content?
It's $5,000 USD.
Okay, so not tokens.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello.
Hi
Manjit,
there.
are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there.
Quickly, I just want to, first of all, commend you on your efforts so far on the Taboo project. No matter what, I wanted to know that we believe in you and we respect your kind of a person, okay? Beside that, I want to know, is there going to be a way, or like maybe a page in the platform where all Taboo holder could be, you know, we could have where it's gonna be like a kind of a dating platform. Let me just be straight up. A kind of a dating platform. It's just gonna be something like that. I think it can bring more value to the Taboo project. I don't know.
Okay, so you know, I'm a firm believer in that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I mean, honestly, our price is so stable right now. It is so amazing. I just had to have. I don't check the price ever, but I decided to check it just there, which is really good and bullish. I would rather be a specialist and dominate in one sector or in one aspect of a sector. So before we introduce other platforms. I'll give you an example. I'm gonna be happily sharing this. I don't mind. Alpaca. I don't know if you've heard about this crypto. They're listed on Binance. They're the largest farming. I think they are, or they were, the largest farming protocol type token. They have reached out to me and they wanted to partner with us. It would have been a crypto partnership. Um, you know, um, and I decided, we don't need to do partnerships yet. We don't need to go there yet. Let's get the platform live first. Let's make sure people are happily staking. Let's make sure they're happily farming. Let's make sure that we get some NFT sales in and make our model partners happy as well by helping them earn income, make our holders earn income by maybe selling those NFTs again. Um, and then we can start to look at other things, right? I do want to do a metaverse one day. I want to become the only adult token ever that has metaverse in the right time right now. If we start to do too much too quickly, we start to dilute what makes us special and what we're experts at. And I don't think that's a good idea. So, yeah. At least just yet.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was talking about DeFi in a banking swap of NFT. So what time are we looking at? It's going to be part of.
What time are we looking to launch, you said?
Yes, it's still going to be part of the market. So it's going to come after the launch. Phenomenal after the launch.
Hey, I need to speak louder. I really, really can't hear you.
Okay, I said talking about the DeFi, the banking swaps
Ye-
of the NFT.
Yes. That's not going to be on this. Yeah, it's not going to be on this version, but we are going to phase it in. Like I said, the staking and the farming rewards, we are actually funding this ourselves for the community. This is an investment and a cost to us because we want to give attractive returns for our holders. But we are going to phase into the decentralized Diffie pancake swap of the adult space later on, because obviously we can't fund this forever. Right? And so we will allow the DeFi ecosystem to come in, but I want to really market this. I don't want to lose on price action. I'll give you an example. Actually, I don't need to give this example. This was enough of an example. I want to make sure that the marketing is in place for something as big as this. That was my decision to remove it for this launch. I actually told the dev team to remove it. They looked at me and they thought I was crazy. And I told them, I'm like, listen, we've done nothing conventional since the beginning on Taboo. Everything we've done unlike every other dev team. So I told them, with all due respect, I said to the dev team, with all due respect, you're dealing with people that are not usual core team members and how you operate in terms of your discussions. But this is why we're the #1 adult entertainment token right now. This is why we're going to stay there, because you're dealing with people that know what they're talking about and are willing to do things that others aren't to get to where we need to be. Does that make sense? So that is why.
Yeah.
That is why I phased it out. So.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. God, it's 6 in the
I got a
morning
quick
for me.
question.
I mean, I'm buzzing. I'm so fired up, you guys. The marketplace is coming any minute now. James is gonna come on the call as well. I can't. He's just finishing some final discussions with the dev team as well, and we're gonna get to hear his voice too. And we're making history, you guys. We're making history. Like, when I tell you that I see this becoming a top 10 crypto, I hope you all understand that I don't joke about that. I hope you all understand that. I hope you all see the opportunity that I see. I hope you all can get behind my vision. I can be your visionary, but if you don't believe in that vision yourselves, you're never going to hold through the time that we need to get there, right? You're never going to be able to. right? So, I look at Taboo tokens like holding gold, honestly. I have had people offer me to buy X amount of Taboo tokens at this price, and I am not interested. I am not interested because I think to myself, that Taboo token that I sell today, I look at it as I am going to lose 100 times the value that I sold it at right now. That is what everyone needs to think like. They need to think like me. And then you will happily hold. You will happily not care about price changes in the market as well. Because really, this is a project where the people that are going to get rewarded are the ones that are going to hold through us developing this into the brand that it's going to become. So, I honestly when I see whales sell off, there was one whale that was causing frustration for us. He had over 50 million tokens, and he's now cleared. I breathe a sigh of relief because I think someone owning 50 million tokens right now and having $1 million could have $100 million when we 100 times from here. And I'd rather have them out now. I was actually hoping and praying that that person would sell his last 6 million tokens so that we have more holders eat the dip and we have fairer wallet distributions. And when that happened, I smiled. Like, thank the Lord. This was the best gift that I could have had today, is to have that whale out, honestly, right? This is a project, you guys, you need to remember that when James and I talk about this project, we talk about 10 years from now. Honestly, we don't talk about 6 months or 12 months from now. And this is a tip that I want all of you to keep in mind. Okay. I understand the importance of diversification, right? I don't think anyone should ever have all their eggs in one basket. I know some people are all in on Taboo. Great. This is the right project to go all in on, but I wouldn't even support you to go all in on this. I think having diversity is good. But if you ever hear someone on any dev team talk about how a coin has the potential to hit 10 million market cap or 5 million market cap or 50 million, it'll never get there because that's the ceiling. I need you to know that. So when I say that this project will hit 10 billion one day, it means we will hit 5 or 6 billion. When I say that if we target 1/3 of the adult entertainment market and will be worth 100 billion, that means we will get to 50 or 60 billion one day, right? You need to remember that your final destination and what you believe is possible is the ceiling. And it doesn't take any more energy to just raise the bar a little bit higher. It doesn't take any more energy. It's a freaking thought. You can say, I want to have $100,000 this year, or you can say, I want to have $1 million this year. It doesn't take any more energy to say that, honestly. And you do get in life what you believe you deserve. Simply put, if you have a broke mindset, you will stay broke. It doesn't matter what opportunity is in front of you, even if it's taboo, you will blow it by your emotions, by your subconscious, behaving in a way and in accordance to your self-image. That is just the fact. So that is just how I look at Taboo. I believe in every core in my fiber in my body that we will become top 10 one day. I just believe it and I know it. And you know what? I prove it with my work ethic every day. I prove it. That's all I got to say on that. God, I'm so excited. Holy moly. God. Okay. Anyone
Yeah,
else have another question?
we noticed that, Majid. Thank you very much for sharing all that.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, I do have a question, and that is, you being the visionary that you appear to be from listening to you the first time. I think your personality stands out, and what we really can see is that you have a long-term and not only a mid-term vision for the project. But it appears to me that you call the shots, and that basically that's the final decisions that are being made. So I'm wondering, in the future, let's say in 2 years from now, or even in 3 years from now, who would be able to change your mind just in case you get stuck with like one position or one opinion that you have and one shot that you've called? Who can prevent you in any circumstances to go into the wrong direction with the project?
Right, right. So this is really okay. So this is why. So I'll tell you, like, if we're looking at the hierarchy of the team, James and I are there at the top. James was the founder. Okay, I came in right when he first started it. I came in and I helped build the vision from there with him. He has self-funded this himself. I am forever grateful for him as he is for me. But we look at this as we're both co-founders together, and we are both very independent in how we work and operate. And this is one of the biggest reasons why we're able to act swiftly in a very rapid moving market, which is the crypto space, the crypto market, because we're not tied by, pardon my language, BS boards and having to hear from 15 voices before a decision gets made. So he makes decisions on his own and I trust what he does. I make a lot of decisions on my own and he trusts what I do, but we look out for each other. So whenever there are times where I feel he's going in the wrong direction, I pull him back to reality. Whenever he sees me maybe going down a path where, he might have a bit more experience, particular circumstance, he pulls me back. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean we don't make mistakes, right? You learn and you gain experience as you go along. It doesn't matter that I've ran 5 different crypto projects before this. I'm still learning every day. And so is he. And that's what makes us a very strong team, at least on the top of the echelon for how this is run, because, nothing would get done. There was another crypto project I invested in. I swear to God, you know, they nothing was happening for weeks, and I figured out why. There were so many venture capitalist firms that were invested in them that before any decision would get made, they had to go through 5 or 6 approval processes. There's none of that here. I can up and change my mind on anything today. I can say we're going to launch in a month from now. Not that I would do that, but I'm just saying, and I will make the decision. And this is one of the strengths of the Taboo team, is the fact that we are not what's the word for it? Slaves to venture capitalists. A lot of big projects are. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, we allow other team members to have freedom. We want control. We need control in business. Of course we do. But we also allow team members to have freedom when we appoint roles for them. I try not to micromanage too much. I try to trust whoever is on board. For example, when someone tells me, Majid, I want to, be a moderator for the Poland Telegram group. Okay, sounds good. I'll make you a moderator. But if you make a mistake, I will ban you. So I will give you the opportunity, but you can just as easily lose it. Does that make sense? So I don't know if that answers your question or not. I'm just really excited. So I'm kind of going on a bit of a tangent there, but I don't know if that answers your question, actually. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Oh, splendid. I think that answers the question. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Good. Good. So, great. Good. So the dev team is saying, some of the security updates are activating now, and they're doing some now they're doing some of their own last minute testing. So that's good. It means we're moving forward. It means we're getting closer and closer and closer to the launch. We're very, very excited here. I think we're now in the any minutes range, and James is going to be on the call shortly as well. I'm still waiting for him. So great. Any other questions right now?
I've got one if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
You had a question earlier that you answered about exchanges having an issue with content. Obviously, you said that wasn't an issue. Do you have any thoughts on metaverses having any issue with content, or if you can only work with certain metaverses?
Okay, yeah. So I want to. I think know. I think exchanges. Oh, I know what you're saying. Like some exchanges, yeah, they they have a bit of a bias towards adult entertainment tokens or projects. Absolutely, that's why we branded ourselves and position our brand the way we have, to be able to work with these exchanges. In fact, I'll tell you one thing before I answer your question. I mean, the recent application that I did, I had to sign an NDA. This is a top 5 exchange. So I'm not going to share the name. I'm not going to give you a timeline. I'm just letting you all know that we're in contact with multiple top 5 exchanges. In the comment section, what I wrote is I told them, I said, we are looking for strategic partnerships with appropriate exchanges that see the kind of business that we're building and want to be the first major exchange to help a token like ours get to top 10. And I spoke to them as if I'm interviewing them, by the way, right? I spoke to them as if it's more of a benefit for them to list with us than it is for us to list with them. So, with that being said, moving forward with the metaverse, I don't actually know the answer to that. But this is what I envision. I literally envision like a Taboo, almost like video game, like literally where you have, you're literally playing a sexy, raunchy, game where, I imagine it in my mind. I just need to get a designer to help me, build this. I know that the metaverse for Taboo will be so good. In metaverse NFTs that you can buy, gaming added to it. I just can't wait. But I think that's more of a midterm goal. In terms of content, I don't believe that's an issue because I think I can go and partner with a metaverse token right now and get them to make a Taboo game, and they wouldn't mind. So but I don't know whether exchanges will look down on that. I'm not really sure. So maybe the strategy is just list on all the top 5 exchanges first, and then go into metaverse. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not really sure what their stance is on that. Good. Any other questions right now on the call?
Yeah, I've got one if you don't mind me asking.
Totally mind. I can't believe you're asking a question. Oh my, I'm kidding. Go on.
Yeah. I'm from Australia. You guys have made a little bit of a splash here, and I love what you're trying to accomplish and bringing power back to the performers. I know a few girls at uni that do. I was just saying this in the comments section that they're trying to make ends meet, and then they have to go to these other sites who I won't mention for copyright purposes, obviously, but they they get ripped off. So my question to you is, I think it's a fantastic idea, bringing power back to the creators. How do you believe that this token will become palatable to the wider community? What would your action plan be to make it palatable to the general public?
Good question. So first, so palatable to the general public, you mean, right? Okay. So I think one of the big things is making this go viral. And what I mean by that, and this is one of the reasons why I really, because I don't want to repeat myself, I can say, yeah, we're a great we have a highly marketable name. We're going to be on a lot of billboards. We're going to be doing lots of events and go to different conventions and throw parties and have everyone learn about Taboo and get sponsorships and all of that. But I think that the biggest thing is really word of mouth and the movement that we're creating. See, when I tell you, for example, about the model partners that are on board, we're getting a sea of quote unquote resumes from creators wanting to partner with us. In fact, we have a lot of applications from creators that were being mistreated from other competitors' tokens. And they're sharing their story in the application form. about why they want to partner with Taboo. So, I think first and foremost, I look at our model partners and creators, I look at them as, individuals that are a key part to the growth of our project, and making sure they're comfortable and happy at all times is very important to me. Making sure that they can earn a substantial income is very important to me, because otherwise what's the point if they're not going to be making money? But I think that, one of the biggest things is really viral social media campaigns, and just making sure more people hear about Taboo, then more people are going to come in. Because as we've seen, when we trend on CMC and when we start, I mean, the demand is there. Like, people hear about Taboo and they learn about Taboo and they read our white paper, they buy us. They buy us right away. So, the palatability of the project also comes down to this. See, a few things. One, it takes someone 7 times on average of seeing something before they buy it. This is why marketing is so important, regardless of whether it generates price impact. So that's the first thing. So we will always be marketing everywhere as often as we can at all times, so that people get inundated by knowing what Taboo is and understanding what Taboo is, because it takes 7 times before they decide to buy Taboo. But the next step, the palatability, and this is what we've done with our model partners. A lot of our model partners that have joined us, it's their first time in crypto, and Taboo is the portal for them to learn and understand crypto. So as long as we can continue to simplify and educate them through marketing materials, through instructional videos, through, helping them really understand the opportunity for them, to taking care of them on sure they get paid, all of that, and to walk them through being able to set up a wallet and buy Taboo, all of these little things make a big difference, right? A lot of our model partners are so excited not only to work on Taboo, but because they're now getting involved in crypto and they never had a platform or a vehicle to do that. And we are delivering that platform for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, and I'm totally on board with what you're doing, and I think it's actually very noble, because it's something that I've noticed for a very long time, that these performers and artists and people that are doing this sort of creation are getting ripped off by people that are supposed to be supporting them to advertise their product, so to speak. But yeah, I was just very curious to see how you would deliver that to a wider audience. But it does sound like that once you sort of get going, and like you're saying, once you get the name going,
yeah,
that it will, yeah, I mean, it's word of mouth, and obviously it's the unspoken dark part of society that 99% of society watches porn, and everyone has their own thing. But if your name can be up in the left-hand corner of the performer and they're saying how great your token is, I really think that you guys are going to easily make top 10. And I think you guys are heading somewhere very, very high.
Thank you. I appreciate that. One big thing I'm excited about, and I just, we're building I just want everyone to know we're building a fantastic Discord community. Our Discord is growing like crazy, and we're also, there's new community managers and administrators there. There's people with a wide range of skills who are just passionate about Taboo, and they want to, get involved and support the cause. Feel free to tune into the Discord and, learn a little bit more there, because, we value all of your contributions, and if there's a place for everyone as well. But, what I will say is getting the merch store going. I want to make our merch store as soon as possible. I'm imagining, all of our ambassadors, getting their hands on Taboo branded merch, but then they have discount codes so they can share on their social medias, buy this, from this Taboo toy, or bikini or whatever, right? And, that's what I talk about. That's what I mean about virality. I'm working now on sales funnels. I know we're in crypto, but I have to treat this like a traditional business. One thing we're working on is a Git book. We have one of our content writers who is, and I'm also helping with the information of it. We're going to be creating different landing pages that are separate from officially Taboo and taboo.community. So it'll be like officially taboo / models, or officially taboo / buy, or officially taboo / whatever, right? And then people can get to specific landing pages because they can act as sales funnels to then lead back to our marketplace. So there's a lot of strategic marketing that I want to work on a large scale. As well, but thank you for your comments and your feedback as well. So any other questions right now? I think we're getting very close to launch here. So
Yeah,
good.
I have a question.
I have one
Majid.
question.
Yep.
Well, what's your take about all the sites or the noise that's being made regarding Taboo, yeah, being a scam or no real evidence that's not a bug or a rug pull? Is there something, your intake on that? Because you're communicating very well, and there's a lot of buzz around Taboo, but still there's some reluctance for the big audience, I think, to come to Taboo because of those, yeah, possible scam and those statements. What's your intake on that?
Right. Okay, so my first take on that is those individuals that are fearful of Taboo being a rug pull or a scam, especially when we're 7 months in and have been live for 7 months, and we have delivered on everything that we have said day in and day out. Those are individuals that will say anything as a scam, and they will find any excuse to blame and point a project to be a scam. So I don't empathize in that sense. Rug pulls tend to happen very early on a project. What I will say is, if you look on BSC scan, you'll see that not a single development and marketing token has been touched. All the team wallets have been intact and in place. If you look at our model partners, look at Chloe Terry. Go and check her Instagram. Why would someone with 3 million plus followers, who gets 50 to 100,000 likes on a photo, who is an internationally recognized previous Playmate of the Year on multiple years, who is that large scale, by the way, why would she partner with a scam project? I mean, sometimes people have to use logic, to just try to defend those positions, because when you use logic and you look at the facts, there is zero indication that Taboo is something to be skeptical of. However, I do understand that competition, they love to FUD us. I remember earlier today, I believe this one token, I'm not going to mention the name, I believe they orchestrated FUD in the chat today. So that's not really cool, but hey, I can't please everybody. I mean, someone might still think, people still think Cardano is a scam. Honestly, some people think Bitcoin is a scam, for crying out loud. I mean, I can't control people's attitudes and behaviors. I can only control what I do day in and day out. And unfortunately, luckily, I suppose it's very few people, or few and far between, that seem to think that way. And a lot of the times, just like when you look at a negative review online, when you go to a restaurant and you want to look at the reviews, it's generally on polar opposite sides. It's either a very positive review or a very negative review. And usually the ones that are negative, in this case, I've seen FUD about Taboo from people who sold early and they're bitter about it, and they want to go and they want to create a storm around why Taboo is not a great project. They're really just being sour about the fact that they sold early, right? So, I don't really understand the question, actually. I don't understand. I mean, I don't believe anyone's skeptical, because Really, like our holder count has gone up like 4,000 in 3 days. There's so much demand for this project. We've been in existence for so many months now. If we were gonna rug, it would have happened a very long time ago. That's all I gotta say. Any next questions?
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Is it true that the Engine Coin dev team is behind the marketplace?
Good. Very good question. So, not Engine Coin dev team, the Engine Coin marketplace developers is a difference. Not the Engine Coin developers of the actual Engine Coin project, but the Engine Coin marketplace. Now, here's the thing, and here's where some people were skeptical around that. See, this is what went on. Okay. So when we went with our development team, now they showed us the resume. They showed us, yes, this is who they worked with and all of that. I will tell you right now, I have a signed statement by their CEO confirming this. I can't share this to the public, but I have that because we wanted to make sure that we can market around that. And it was an effective marketing strategy. And it was true. PowerSoft has. Now, here's what people seem to miss. In the world of IT and tech, companies, they will subcontract their work onto another company. Okay? So what happened with our dev team is they got the job for the Engine Coin marketplace through a subcontracting contract from another company that didn't want Engine Coin to know they did that. So they did work on the marketplace. However, it's not a favorable thing to be sharing that. Imagine you're running a tech company and no, imagine you're Engine Coin and sorry, you're running a tech company. Yes, this is the example I want to give. And you're supposed to do work like build Engine Coin's marketplace, but really you never did it because you subcontracted out like a project manager running a construction company. That's what happened there. So that's why if I've had some community members try to reach out to Engine Coin and they denied it, of course they're going to deny it because they're bound by NDAs with the companies that they've worked with. So yes, they have worked on it, and that's confirmed. But at this stage in the game, it's really not an important thing to keep talking about anymore. But if people ask, I'll keep confirming it. Absolutely. But people need to remember in IT,
Hey, one other thing I want to say. I appreciate all the context. I mean, I know that you've got some serious people backing it, and I know that, you've got playmates and like you said, one of the ones that has 3 million followers on Instagram. But I think people should. I know you guys. Bear in mind, there are instances.
You think people should
I
do
was
what?
going to
Sorry,
say there are instances where there are high up people that are pumping scam coins. Like I remember Floyd Mayweather had an Ethereum Max T-shirt on, and Emax was pumping them. But so all I'm saying is, don't always take that as the gold seal of approval. But I do believe in the project.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I mean, I really do, and I empathize with the fact. I mean, I've been scammed and rugged on. I mean, there's this one coin. I thought I was doing good for the world. Honestly, I thought, okay, I was doing a lot of trading before as well, and while I was working on other core teams, before I moved to Taboo. It was called Forestry Token. I don't know if people have heard about this. That was the most elaborate. That looked so real. Everything about it. They even forged, documents from major plant companies and everything. And I'm like, I'm going to do good for the world because, every transaction, there's a donation going to planting trees. And it looked so legitimate. I'm telling you, like, it even blindsided me. And I went to bed and I woke up and I was down 35,000 US dollars because it was a rug, so I empathize for anyone that has been rugged before. I do say that the Binance Smart Chain, I make a joke. We can call it the Binance Scam Chain, really. This is one of the reasons why I don't invest in any other project. I mean, I'm all in on Taboo, but if I was to invest in a project, I would only invest in a project where I know the owner personally, and they have a coin that they're creating, then I will consider buying. But I do empathize, and I think there are a lot of scams going on, and I think there needs to be more regulation around that. And I think that it's not fair that people are losing money this way. But be rest assured that Taboo is a serious, long-term, legitimate project that, if we were to ever one day, 5 years from now, if I was to ever decide I want to stop working on this, I would never ever just sell my share in this and hurt the price. I would allow another entity, company, another CEO to come in and take my place and move on from there and continue the legacy. I'm just making a hypothetical there, right? So even in this case, if there was ever a removal of the current team, it would be done in the most ethical way possible. And I want you to know that. So yeah. But good comment there. So any other questions at the moment?
Can you look us into tiers?
Can I look at what, sorry?
Can you lock us into tiers? So if we approach tier 3, for example, and then the price does drop, can you force us into a tier for a small period of time, just to hedge against any dropping?
Actually, I could talk to the dev team actually about that, but I was planning, like, once we launch and we have a smooth launch. I mean, I know that while we do have some fluctuations in the price of Taboo, we seem to hold strong even in down markets as well. But like I said, once we launch, I am going to be revising aspects of the business model, and I want to make sure that it's not only more inclusive, but even more sustainable. And I do think that a token amount of some sort should also be in place, as I said, or either replacing the dollar amount. Now that we're at this market cap that we are, it does make sense. So be ready for some updates around that. But for now, we're sticking to the dollar value just for the launch. And I mentioned my reasons before about why I was doing this earlier on the AMA. When we did this, we were at 3 million market cap when we decided this, and we knew if we went with just token amount, we would have to keep constantly changing the tiering structure and the amount of tokens all the time. But I'm looking at other strategies. Yep.
And apologies if I mispronounced your name. Have you considered, as far as the dollar amount goes, I was curious how that worked, the tiering system. Have you considered like a 30-day rolling average or something along those lines in terms of, what Taboo is equivalent to and what $10,000 is equivalent to in Taboo tokens?
That's a very, very good suggestion, actually. That would actually really help protect people and keep them in various tiers. Very good point.
Yeah, it would give them time to. Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. An average maybe over 7 days or something like that could be really good. I think
something along those lines.
Yeah, I've seen other projects do it, especially Launchpad tokens. I mean, our tiering system is kind of like how some of these other Launchpad tokens operate, and I've seen that before. Very good point. I'm going to make a note of this right now, because our dev team is ready for all the updates that we want. They're ready for it. So we just wanted to focus on launching this and making sure it's launched right. But this is a very good suggestion. I'm very happy with that suggestion. Actually, I'm going to write that down. Thank you very much for that. That is actually a very, very good suggestion. That's a very good suggestion.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Hi there.
Yeah. Well, I have just maybe a stupid question, but if I have my Taboo tokens, for example, on Pancake, do I deposit them then on the marketplace, or do I have to basically pay in money to the marketplace? Might be a simple question, but how does it work exactly? Sorry if you have answered that.
First thing, there's no such thing as stupid questions. There's only stupid answers. So that wasn't a stupid question. Now, with regards to that, if you bought on PancakeSwap, then clearly the Taboo is in a wallet that you own, whether it's Trust Wallet or MetaMask or SafePal Wallet or whatever. When you go to the marketplace, you will connect your wallet as long as you have a Web3 compatible wallet and you connect it to the marketplace, just like other marketplaces as well. You will, once you're connected, the platform will know how much Taboo you own, and then that's where it'll determine what tiering level you're at.
Okay, good, great. Thank you for that. One other question. You said that the gas fee is dropping at the moment the marketplace is launched, right? So basically the gas fee or the 7% tax fee, if I'm not mistaken.
The 7% tax, we're dropping it down to 4% total.
Okay, so that might be today, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right before launch. James is on standby the moment that the dev team is finished, and they're actually almost finished here. That he's gonna quickly change the transaction taxes down to 4%.
Okay, good, great, thanks. Then that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah. Great. Any other questions right now? I mean, I'm going to stay on this call until we launch. I mean, it's 6:30 in the morning for me. I'm staying on this call, and I hope everyone else is.
Hey, when is the launch expected?
Minutes. Okay, I'll tell you what. So what time is it? It's 6:30 right now on my time. The time in which they gave a bit of an estimate was, let's see. There's a lot of back and forth messages going on. Yeah, so it was about an hour and 15 minutes ago. They said between 60 to 90 minutes. So this could launch in like the next 15 minutes, theoretically. So we're looking at minutes now. They gave a bit of an estimation about an hour and 15 minutes ago. So yeah. So this could launch in any minute now. So yeah.
Hey, hi, Majid.
Hi there.
So the staking rewards, where are they going to come from? Which wallet? Because now your registration tax is taken away.
Right. So when you connect your wallet on the marketplace, then you have the ability to stake your Taboo. You're going to be staking it onto the platform, on the Taboo platform, and then that's where, when you further, connect your wallet, you'll be able to see the staking rewards that are being generated. I made sure the dev team will show the total rewards for everyone that's being generated. We are doing only lockup periods right now for staking. Right now, for the 15% staking rewards, which I'm very, very happy about. Yeah. So the staking is going to be available on the platform, and we are lowering our tax to reflect on this too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sorry, Majid. My question is the rewards, where the tokens will be released from which wallet? Because redistribution tax
From
is taken away.
my understanding is it's going to go back to your wallet that you have.
No. From the marketplace side, who was going to release those tokens? Where are the tokens coming from?
Oh, yeah, they're coming from there's a set amount of liquidity that we've provided, which we're monitoring depending on the demand. We're gonna keep adding more Taboo tokens to keep the APY where we want it to be. So we're the ones that are manually ensuring the rewards stay at 15%. I've seen lots of other projects do this. We're very fortunate that we're able to do this because early on in the project, we changed our tokenomics early on. We never had an LP tax, and I added it in, and I reduced the redistribution in anticipation that one day we will have to help fund staking rewards. So a lot of the decisions I made them 10 steps before, anticipating 10 steps ahead. Does that make sense? So it comes from a staking pool that we're funding.
Okay, the LP tax, whatever we have paid so far, they are into wallet, and that is where it's getting funded from. The
Yeah,
rewards,
yeah, because
correct?
every transaction in the last 7 months, well, let's say 6 months, has been funding this LP wallet, which we have been using a lot of it too for funding exchanges as well, and we're also using that to fund staking rewards and farming rewards.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That answers.
Hello.
Yep. Hi there. Hello. Hi there. Hi there.
So my question is the staking going to be a locked or flexible?
Yeah, it's a lockup period of a minimum of 3 months, but you're free to farm if you want to have no lockup periods. And this is because I removed the DeFi ecosystem, understanding that people don't understand liquidity mining and it was a very complex DeFi ecosystem that our dev team made. And I'm going to phase in to that slowly after launch. So we're not going to fund the staking rewards ourselves forever, maybe a month or 2 months at maximum. And we're going to allow the DeFi ecosystem to come into play. And that's where there will be not only lockup, there will also be the ability for non-lockup staking. But I do imagine a lot of our community are very happy to want to stake for longer periods of time. So we're making sure that we give people that opportunity to do that. So. Great. So.
Just in terms of what we were discussing before about palatability, what are your plans for making sure that your product is recognized internationally? Have you copyrighted or patented the Taboo name, or firstly in America, but in terms of international patents, so that your name is recognized internationally?
So first of all, taboo is such a common term that I remember we wanted to do taboo.com. That website was taken. We haven't trademarked the word taboo, but our marketplace is incorporated, of course, so it is a legal entity. But yeah, so in terms of that, we haven't done any of that yet in terms of trademarking, for example. So I don't even think we have to, actually, because taboo is just a common word that people understand and know. There's nothing special about trademarking that word, honestly. So but that was a good question. So
yeah, no worries. I was just curious because I don't know how America works, but I know you guys, there's a lot of trademarks with companies and stuff. I was just curious as whether that's something that you have to worry about or not.
No. Definitely not. Okay, so good. Any other questions right now on the call? Because we're waiting for the launch to start.
Majid, I have a question here. You touched a couple of things in regards of the staking and farming, and also change of tax. Is there a good place to kind of get that kind of in written form so that it can be reread?
Yeah, so I haven't released the Medium article yet, right? And obviously, I don't know when I'll get to sleep. I don't know if I will, but I would say within 24 hours. Within 24 hours, I was speaking to another team member. He also helps with some of the Medium articles too. At times when I need some support, so I don't have to write them all myself. We agreed that once we launch, a Medium article should be released to the community instead of releasing it before. We just decided, there's been so much work that's been going on leading up to this launch. A lot of people don't quite understand how much work it really takes to launch a product like this in the first place. And there was a lot of unanticipated work even for me. So there will be more information released. But I do trust that, and I trust people when they use the marketplace, they will see, it is very simple to use. We tried to make it very easy and user friendly. So, but yeah. So good.
Okay.
Good. And
I think I get that. Then that means if you know how to farm and how to stake, you will find how to use it. And for more details, it's launch first, documentation second. Can you just say, maybe I missed that, but can you just say what part of the tax got reduced? Is that the LP stuff?
Yeah, so the LP, we've reduced it from we're going to reduce it from 4% to 3%. We're going to keep the burn and we're going to remove the redistribution tax. So it'll be going from 7% down to 4%, where it will be including a 1% burn and 3% LP tax.
Okay.
Yep. So, and yeah, okay. So someone was asking about the staking frequency. Rewards are being paid out weekly on that. So good. Good. Any other questions right now? We're literally in the final minutes of this. And again, the very last step, James is going to make sure to change in the contract code the tokenomics from 7 to 4%, and then we will be good to go.
Yeah, Majid, you hear me?
Yep.
Just ensure that the new site do have secure HTTP. Right now, the link you have is unsecure, and I assume that that's what you're working on, right?
Yeah. That's what they're working on. Usually when there's like server updates and all of that, don't worry about what is shown there. I've seen this happen on other even NFT marketplace projects when they do server updates. Just because it says it's not secure there doesn't mean it's not secure. It's just there's an update and a migrating to more layered security systems. So it's kind of like in that what's the word for it? It's in that little transition point from what you see to what it's going to become from where it was before. So you have nothing to worry about there.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Wow, we're still keeping 190 people on the call. Everyone's waiting for the launch. I love it.
We're
hopefully
all
I keep my
excited, mate.
voice.
We're all excited.
Pardon?
I said we're all excited, mate. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. But again, like I said, everybody, it's version 1. It's not meant to be a perfect be-all, end-all product. And I want people to give feedback. And a great place to give feedback is also the Discord. It's a lot easier in the Discord, by the way. If you try to DM me, I can't guarantee I'll ever get back to you. I get swarmed with 100 DMs an hour. This is not an exaggeration. It really isn't. So we want our community's feedback because you're the ones that are using the platform. So you can make even recommendations that it is impossible for us to know because we hadn't launched the product yet to see how the community feels about it, right? So I want the community support on this. So we can continue to improve it. We can continue to develop it. We can continue to make it an even better experience for all of you. So
what is the issue price of the NFTs?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just James told me something very funny. Okay. So what are the prices of the NFTs? Yeah. Okay. So we need to remember something. We're a premium brand. We're an exclusive brand. We have made a decision to not veer away from that. So you can bet that some of the tier 3 content, a lot of the tier 3 content, because it's in tier 3 and because we're also seeing nudity of some big name models as well, that's not going to be a cheap NFT. Trust me on this. But with that being said, we've only released single mint NFTs for the close to 300 that is going live. So whatever NFTs you buy on launch is going to be the only NFT ever in the world that you get to own, and that is going to be the only one that anyone has, and you happen to have it. So we're really, really making sure that we keep this premium feel. That doesn't mean that we won't release NFTs that might have multiple mint copies, but maybe we'll do that for the animated series. I'm thinking as well.
Yeah, I understand all that, but what is the issue price? You didn't answer that.
Every NFT is its own news.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
What are your projections for the launch today? How do you think that's going to affect price?
I honestly, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think having a working product is better than not having one. But yeah, no, sorry, I was just sending him. I was just seeing what James was telling me there. Let's wait and see. I mean, I know that we have utility in place that's going to help with price impact. I know that when we have our billboards up, people are going to get to come onto the marketplace. We're generating NFT sales now, which is very, very bullish too. I think that we're also going to silence all the critics. I can't wait to do that because there's a select few people that seem to think that we were never going to launch, but now that we launch, I'd love to see their reactions too. So there's just let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. So let's wait and see.
Awesome. No, I like that answer. It makes sense. Definitely makes sense having more of a utilitarian feature, and absolutely, we're going to get the naysayers kind of wishing they invested.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good. Good. Any other questions right now? Everybody is now silent. I guess I've answered 185 questions, have I not? No, not 185 yet. There's got to be more people.
Well, I think you've answered everything. I'm just eating ice cream and waiting, but I think you've answered everything, mate.
Yep. Yeah, well, I'm staying on the call regardless until we launch. So that's what I'm going to do. So
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, I want to thank you for creating, something that's beneficial to all of us, and I believe it's going to change all our lives. So thank you.
No problem. No problem.
The question is, what is the benefit to the content creator when someone stakes on their personal profile?
Yeah, that's in the later versions, but that's gonna, give them more access to their content. It's gonna give them the ability to maybe get access to some of the content creators' own specific tiers that they've created for the kind of content that they want to release. Maybe the person wants to be able to get on a live call with the creator. Maybe they want to be able to get a private show from the creator. Think Chatterbait. This is tier 4 content that I'm now thinking about. It's like we're bridging the gap between OnlyFans, Chatterbait, and Playboy, like kind of all together. That's what kind of makes this project really, really unique, while also having a place for safe for work content, still being brand and user friendly with our name. I mean, Taboo has it all, right? We have all the ingredients for success. You just have to give us time and trust the process. This is not going to get to 10 billion in 1 month. I'll tell you that. So,
right. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Majid, thanks for the news. I think everybody is anxiously waiting. At the same time, understand, like you say, this marketplace is just version 1. So I'm going to guess not a lot of concentration on trying to bring the public into this marketplace.
Yep.
Are we just trying to just focus on making the experience better for our own members or people holding Taboo? That's the direction we're heading as of now.
Yeah, we know definitely. I mean, this is the biggest vision that I had from the start. I understood 99.9% of people still don't know and own crypto. So yeah, we're dealing with the 0.1% that buy crypto, but I want to target the mass audience, and I want them to be able to come on to our platform, make a wallet simply, use our swap feature to buy Taboo. I did not make the swap feature for them to sell Taboo. It is only to buy Taboo, just so you all know when we launch. This was a strategic decision by me. Even the dev team looked at me and thought I was crazy. Now they're like, this is a great idea. They're like, I love the idea. I want to invest more in Taboo after the last call I had with them. They literally said that. We were talking last night, and we decided to invest even more into Taboo because the way that we think is innovative and it makes sense. Someone that's never bought a crypto, they see our Las Vegas billboard that's coming out in a week. They go onto our marketplace. They're like, shit, I need to connect to my wallet. I don't know what a wallet is. Boom, you can create a wallet right there on the marketplace, and you're going to get your private key in 30 seconds. Okay, everyone knows what Ethereum is. Everyone knows what Bitcoin is. Everyone knows what all these other top 10 cryptos are. I can swap into Taboo straight on the platform. I don't need to learn how to use PancakeSwap. I don't need to learn how to set up my MetaMask for PancakeSwap. I can just simply swap Ethereum, BNB, Dogecoin, you name it, USD Tether into Taboo. And I really wanted to buy Chloe's NFT because I learned about Taboo as well from her Instagram post last night. And I want to buy that one NFT that she's promoting. Now I'm going to go and buy it on the marketplace. But shit, I also need to have $10,000 worth of Taboo in order to even look at it. Boom. That's what we're doing in a very simple way. I just walked you through the process of attracting non-crypto centric investors.
Amazing. I think that's a very good strategic move. That's quite insane to think about it. Yeah. So really looking forward to it. Yeah. Thanks again. Thanks, Majid. Thanks to
No
everyone.
problem. But just remember, it's going to take time for widespread adoption and use on the platform. And the version 1 is, I mean, next week we're probably going to have 15 other versions of version 1. Do you get my point? Like, I already have 10 things on my mind that I want our dev team to update post-launch, right? So it's always going to be a work in progress. It's always going to be a work in progress.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, Majid.
Hi there. How are you?
Hey, yeah. So for the non-crypto users who are going to visit for the first time, okay, they would not have Ethereum or BNB with them, right? So are you planning to put up a credit card kind of a thing, buying directly using the payment gateway or something? and buying.
Yeah. So we are doing it. Our dev team has instructed us to that it wouldn't be, they there wasn't enough. It's a pretty big integration to allow credit card payments and direct fiat payments. We're gonna make it so that people can do that to directly buy Taboo, right? That's gonna be really, really cool. So yes, we are gonna be adding fiat payments, credit card payments. That's all coming. It's all coming. That's why I keep saying it's version 1, right? It's just version 1. Like, we know Facebook, when eBay first came out as an auction and bidding site, they had their first version too, and Taboo has its first version now, right? So Amazon had its first version, Facebook had its first version, right? So we're right there. We're right there. And that is a testament to how early you all are, really.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great. So I think from what I've understood now, I believe that yeah, we're very close to going live. It seems that yeah, they're pretty much almost, yeah, it looks like, I think they're almost pretty much done. I think it looks, from what I'm just waiting for their final confirmation. So so just bear with me. Again, I'm staying on the call till we launch. So and let's hope I don't lose my voice. Good. Is anyone else excited? Am I the only one that's excited?
No, absolutely buzzing. It's great. I mean, I just can't go over what's been built so far, in the sense of, the value of the coin and the market cap and so on and so forth. How many people have invested to this? And as you said, it's not a working product yet. You haven't even launched, V1. So I think, even to answer the guy's question earlier who asked what's going to happen when it launches, I mean, again, it's probably not an overnight thing, is it? It's definitely a hold on for long term. But yeah, mate, if you guys deliver on the projects, wow, what a ride it's going to be, everyone.
Definitely. Just give me one moment, everybody. Hold on.
I got a quick question.
Yep. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hello?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Wait.
You say go ahead?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, I can't hear you, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Hello? Is anyone else there? Can anyone else hear me?
Yep, can hear you fine.
Okay, good. Great.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning, anyway. I know we were talking about the billboard in Las Vegas. I think I saw Chloe post one in a different state. Was that advertised? Did she do that like on her own, or was that just fake news?
Yeah. There's been a billboard that was up in Atlanta. I can't say I endorsed it or approved it. I believe, there was, let's just say, a group that was trying to, play nice with us and do a gesture of goodwill in hopes of working with us and wanting to work with us. But, we were all just so busy preparing for the launch that I saw that the billboard was up. We just I never got around to announcing it, honestly. It was because our Las Vegas billboard is the one that's the one that we paid for, and was this Taboo branded one that it was from our prerogatives. But yeah, there's another, I don't know if it's still up right now, but there's a big billboard of Chloe and Taboo in Atlanta right now. So
is it Chloe from the Kardashians?
No, Chloe Terre. She's our primary brand ambassador. So.
Oh, okay. It could be nice if it was from the Kardashians. But actually, the billboard and stuff like that, you should considering Copenhagen also.
Yeah, I mean, we plan to do billboard campaigns around the world, right? I mean, I know we're centralizing a lot of our model partners out in LA, and so we're definitely planning to do that. We're definitely trying to bring up diversity to model partners. We're definitely, I really believe that a big part of what we're going to do, along with keeping our, big time model partners who are going to, of course, have not only exclusive content, but higher price content. But I do believe that just like Playboy did it, they brought rookies in and amateurs and they turned them into stars. I believe that Taboo is going to do that for many, many content creators too. So that's definitely going to be a focus of ours as well.
Pop a bottle, mate.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good.
I said pop a bottle. Looks like we're live.
Are we?
I've been hitting fucking enter every 2 minutes, mate. Sorry for me language, but yeah, looks it. Get the beers out, boys.
Let's not crush us, guys. Congrats, boys. Hello.
Oh, I was muted the whole time. Oh my gosh!
Mate, no way! I'm thinking he's already hit the bottle.
Oh. Okay, well let's see. Apparently they said it's launched, so or maybe it's not yet. I don't know. Let's just wait for this.
It's Chloe Fruity Collection pens looking great.
You can see it? Like you're actually on it now?
Yes, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm not sure it's actually.
Yeah, I think maybe it's getting too many hits or something. I don't know, but yeah, mate, it looks sexy.
Yeah, people are saying it's classy, right? Yeah, of course. Oh, some people are on right now. Some people are on, but I guess I'm gonna say some community members are.
Yeah, it's very.
Excuse me. Can someone send the link?
Okay, maybe we need to be patient and not flood it all at once. Yeah. Who knows? Let's see. But the truth is, of course, like I said, improvements are happening even right now. If this is actually launched, of course, improvements are going to be happening, once we go live. Because you need to remember that when we go live, there's live testing versus testnet testing, and yeah, so if there's anything happening or some people can't get on there, let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see. Maybe let's give it a few minutes. Let's see. So remember, this is always going to be updated and improved at all times. There's never such thing as a perfect launch. You know, I can't even go on there right now myself. So the dev team is obviously working on this right now. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Some people seems like some people are on there right now. So
yeah, I can see. It's great. Wow.
thank you. I was really nervous about that too. You know.
Yeah. It's
Because
great. It
I
looks
can't,
great.
you know, I can't control people's thoughts and mindsets. I can't, you know, when it comes to like a launch, it's our first launch. You know, I know that it's a great marketplace. I know it is. I know everything's great about it, but technical difficulties and all that, those are things we can't foresee, even if we prepare all of our time and effort into making sure, you know, once it's launched and live, you know, there can always be technical difficulties on any product. So let's see. I can't log in yet, but let's see. Some people seem like they can, and we're getting good reception. So that's very good to very good to see.
It's looking good, Ajit. It's looking good. Yeah, great. Not logged in yet, but
Yeah.
the first page. Yeah.
Okay. So someone made a good point. Reborn made a good point. He said, I do websites. When you redirect DNS to the live server, there's a delay depending on the region you're located. Some will see it first. Good. Okay, give me one moment, everybody. I want to just make sure things are happening. So hold on. Okay, I'm asking the dev, one of the dev members right now. Let's see. Oh, so it's region based. Okay. I understand now. Apparently some people in some regions are able to get in, and others are able to not get in yet. So let's wait and see. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, from what I understand, I believe, you know, it takes time once you do a redirect. I think, yeah. I mean, they said it's gone
Propagation.
live.
Yeah, it's propagation time. It's propagation.
It's
called propagation.
Right. Okay. I will.
Earlier, I was able I was able to log in and connect my wallet, and now I'm getting site can't be reached after all of that. So.
Okay. Okay. Not to worry. Not to worry. I believe right when they probably did the DNS redirect, probably hundreds of people just tried to go right at the same time, maybe. I'm not sure. Like in the middle of it needing that propagation time, maybe. So
The hosting package can handle the traffic.
yeah, I believe so. Yeah, of course. We made sure that it would. But I believe it has to do with this propagation time.
If someone saw the site, it means that it propagated already. It's just probably now connection errors.
Hello, sir.
Hi there. Yep. Yeah, so I do want to make some news now. I just got some news from James's actually. So this is actually pretty cool. I told you we're in contact with top 5 exchanges. I've told you that I signed an NDA I did a massive application earlier tonight for a top 5 exchange. But James said that we're actually I don't know if I've heard about this. Have you all heard about this exchange? They really want to list with us. I think we'll just do it because they want to do it for free. LA Token Exchange. Have you all heard of this before? It's like in the top 30. They're gonna do it for free. So we're like, if you want to list us, go for it. It's not even a big announcement, but maybe some of you know that exchange. I don't know. I've never heard of it. But why not? They can list us for free. I don't mind that. So there's a top 30 exchange that we're just going to list on, I think tomorrow, either tomorrow or the day after, for free. So that's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. Good. So let's, so the dev team can access it. They're saying that they can access it completely themselves. So, and they're showing us screenshots that they're able to do so, but yet some people can, some people can't. Yeah, no one seemed to care about a top 30 exchange listing us for free. It's higher ranked than Hotbit, LBank, and Whitebit that we've been listed on. So, I mean, and yeah. Okay, whatever. Maybe I'll tell them not to list us.
Let's give users on LA a chance to participate. Yeah, it'll give us good karma.
LA Token Exchange, whatever it's called. I've never heard of it before, but they're insistent. So someone's saying wrong time to announce an exchange. It's funny. I mean, maybe it was the wrong time. I don't know.
No, it's funny because compared to 1 month ago, I think the hype would be there, but like right now, it's like a whole different level. So, but it's amazing what can change in 1 month. Yeah,
that's true. Like for me, I'm saying, whatever, cool, list us. Whereas maybe 3-4 months ago, it's like top 20 exchange was a big deal, right? Like, oh wow, right? So I get that.
but this type of Bitmart and everybody was now you're like announcing and everybody is like just trying to refresh their web page to go inside the marketplace.
That's great. We're a different beast now, that's for sure.
Hey, mate, dude, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe it's just a crypto question, but how is it that on different exchanges there could be like a pretty drastic price difference? Like I saw sometimes on Hotbit, it was almost a whole cent
I
less.
just want to say someone just bought $17,000. So I mean, clearly this has been working for them. Yeah, to answer your question, so every exchange has its own ecosystem for the price of the token based on what people are willing to pay. That is also further based on the buy and sell orders and the volume that's on the exchange. So really, it comes down to every exchange is literally its own ecosystem. So you need to think of it like that. So yeah.
Sorry, did you just say that someone is buying the NFTs on the site at the moment?
No, someone just bought $17,000 of Taboo just now. So yeah.
The site seems to continuously come up and down for me. I was able to continuously log in, and then I'd have to log in again. And
I mean,
I think it's probably a good day of it, I reckon, isn't it? So.
And now it's just gone.
It just seems like if there's thousands of people all trying to refresh at the same time, I'm not. I anticipate.
Can your dev team confirm that? Because your dev team should be able to confirm that.
Yeah, they're telling me. Let me ask her right now. Hold on. She's saying wait a few minutes. I don't know what that means. So they're doing something. There's something she knows that I don't. Hold on a minute. Let me just ask her.
This whole thing would stress me out. I'm gonna give it a few days and then try it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, I already knew that these things can happen. I mentioned that at the beginning of the call, and so I'm calm because I know that these technical issues that may or may not come up, they're resolvable, they're fixable. So maybe we had a lot of high traffic. Let's see. I'm going to wait for her to reply. So just bear with me. Yeah, I think the reason that I'm getting is that, now that it's live, a lot of traffic came in all at once. So people just weren't giving time to let this. Maybe it was not the right idea. Maybe we should have just let it go live first for like 20-30 minutes, and then I announced it rather than being on the AMA. So but that's okay. So
It wouldn't matter, Majid. I mean, you were listening, people were refreshing the page already, right? They were just sitting there refreshing and waiting for the thing to launch. It will just get announced in Telegram and Discord, and then everybody would still just rush in.
yeah. But some people are going onto it, and this seems to be working. So this might be just region based. So yeah, let's find out. I mean, that's why I'm here. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm not going to sleep. So.
Oh dear. Well, how are you guys hosting the site? Using AWS services or any sort of cloud-based solution?
I think it's AWS. I believe.
Oh, it's probably.
I don't know. I'm not 100. I'm not 100%.
Availability zones probably and regionally. it might be Route 53 being a bit rubbish. But
it might be region based, right? Like it might be like it takes time for different regions. Is that what's going on? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's AWS. I'm not like a tech expert, but but someone's saying is Thai is okay now. Like people living in Thailand. Someone's saying it's not working in Barbados. Other people are saying it's working in Germany. I mean, holy moly!
Well, there's a lot of interest, right?
It's not working in Singapore and the Southeast Asia AWS data centers are for Southeast Asia. So.
I mean, I love this community for the fact that, like, everybody is understanding of that these things can happen, and it's not like it's not like there is no product. It's, you know what I mean? It's simply, I think it's something to do with the servers going live, pretty much. So, and the people that did manage to get in on it, every person for that 2 minutes said it looks amazing and everything's amazing. So I can rest easy knowing that. Imagine people said this is garbage and trash, and I can't believe this was the marketplace we were all waiting for. I think that would have really, really hurt me. But so.
Well, I'm in the UK and it's definitely not working for me at the moment, but I will sit here patiently and not refresh too often. We don't want to load test the crap out of this.
Probably
DDoS.
I will be honest. Like, I definitely made the dev team sweat a lot, and I put so much pressure on them. So I really, really did. I mean, there were times on the call, I did lose my cool. I never lose my cool. I was like, do you ever follow instructions? They were following instructions. Pressure is high on a project like this, turning this into a multi-billion-dollar project, right? And maybe I should have been a little kinder to them. So I don't know if I somehow caused them to make a mistake just by me being a hard ass, but I don't think that that's the case. So
put the pressure on now, reward them later, right?
Margaret, you say the dev team is in Singapore, right? So it's about 11 p.m. there. So I'm thinking, were they working on this since 12 hours ago?
Because they've been working on this for days and days, but we have kept adding more work for them as well.
I think I'll buy some donut for them since I'm in the same region.
I'll tell you something that we added in. So there's a buy now feature. You'll see. Then there's the ability to auction, but we wanted this built like OpenSeas. So we want people to be able to see a buy now price, but also bid on anything that they see. So we added that in as an extra little feature. James and I were very fussy. We're very, very fussy about everything. So I do think that I do need to send them a gift or something when this all goes okay, because I put a lot of pressure on them all throughout this process. So but that's
well,
okay.
As long as you didn't throw your laptop across the room, because that's what director James Cameron did for Avatar. He is a pretty angry individual.
Has the tax fee now reduced, if I'm not mistaken? I mean, the marketplace is more or less live, so the fee has been reduced from 7 to 4, if I'm not mistaken, already.
Say that again. I missed that part. What did you say?
You said when the marketplace goes live, the tax fee will be reduced from 7 to 4. Is that already in place now? Since the market?
I think James is trying to connect to the site himself right now, but that's like a 2 to 3 minute job for James. So I'm gonna I think we're just waiting for this to resolve, and then we're gonna remove that tax.
Okay, but the tax is still Pancake swap is still probably
okay. So I got I have an update. Give me 1 second. I have an update from the Okay, hold on. James is very stressed, and I'm not the one that's stressed anymore. That's really funny because I just, it's okay. It's okay. Like, these things can happen. This project's gonna be here for generations, so this is not really a big deal to me personally. I just need to let the dev team do what they do best. So, so I need to tell.
They're going to have an eventful Wednesday, aren't they?
And I gotta let him know about the tax.
Are the Taboo Punks being airdropped today, or are you guys going to take a chill pill and do that in the coming week or something?
Yeah, because we updated the design, so our designer's still finishing updating them as well.
Yeah, they're nice.
So, and then he's made some amazing designs, and we're getting the 50 base models in place, and he's got all the variations set up, and just it's amazing. It's amazing. So so yeah, okay, so the dev team is saying they are restarting the server. Okay.
Do they have to increase well, I don't say CPU.
I just got in Arizona.
I'm guessing they had to scale them up a bit if they're doing any serverless stuff.
Back live in the UK, guys.
It just came back again. Yeah, it's online now.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's it.
Well, not really.
I want to... No, not really. Oh, okay.
I can see it on my cell phone as well as my laptop. So, yeah.
It loads a page, but it doesn't actually let you click on anything. So.
You based in the UK?
No, Singapore. Really close to town.
Damn it.
With or without the player.
It's all right. We can just.
I think many
blame Brexit on the
people want to use connecting anything to an unsecure site. So
yeah, it's down again. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking to them right now.
Oh, it's loading for me in the UK. This is fun, isn't it? Got a big spinny wheel. Nice spinny wheel.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
It's a nice red spinny wheel. It's got the Taboo color palette.
The site looks sharp, isn't it? It's
probably overloaded because everyone's like,
yeah,
busting nuts out with it.
It shouldn't have dropped the domain until it was all done.
Yeah, I think it's that, isn't it? There could be someone who's got
it's loading for me. Oh.
Yeah, I got the spinny dial as well.
Yeah, I'm getting empty pages with no content. So it looks like it's just the base style sheet that's coming up.
I mean, the CDNs are probably having a fit, right? Because they're trying to like cache stuff.
Oh. Guys, Chloe Fruity Collection. Chloe Fruity Collection 2. I mean, if you boys are looking at a blank screen, I can tell you what I'm looking at now is not a blank screen. He's lovely, isn't he?
Wow. The network. Okay, let's have a look at this then. Okay, so the console says 404 not found. So yeah, it's probably just caching issues from the server. It's trying to find stuff that's in there. Oh, now it's loaded.
Yeah, it's loaded in Belgium as well.
Oh, hello. This looks really good.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Oh yeah, it's loading for me. Okay,
yeah, look at all this. Chloe.
Yeah, it's stopped loading, and I'm back to can't connect. So.
Nice. This does
yeah,
look really good.
But the Explorer, I need to see if the Explorer. Oh, now the Explorer is not working.
Can you register or is the login feature for just creators and admin?
Oh shit!
Then decide to break.
I'm seeing.
It keeps repeatedly asking you to log in.
Oh.
Oh, can't be reached again.
Top sellers with test user in it.
His collection's really good. Can't get to farm though.
I see more collection now. Now I see risk collection, not just the fruity one.
Yeah, I see that as well. Yeah,
It's getting better.
it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Wow. Playmate collection, risk collection.
Do you see the collections? Do you see that there?
Yeah, they're really nice.
Okay. Bring some liveliness to the chat. Say
But
that
the
it's amazing.
website's not secure.
Tell
so-
me it's amazing.
I'm trying to be polite and not click too much, if I'm honest. I'm just scrolling through the carousel.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's back down for me. I can no longer connect again. So
We just gotta get.
I don't dare to click anything. I just want to look.
I'm just looking through the carousel. That's all I'm doing. I'm being polite. The photographic styles are really, it's quite diverse. It's nice. It's not just the same format for each one.
Has anyone seen a picture of an actual model?
Yeah,
I have.
yeah.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
there's a celebrity collection with Paris Hilton holding hearts, so that's cool as well.
Yeah. When I try to click on one of the model images, it keeps reminding me that I need a minimum of $5,000 to unlock it.
Yep.
Here you go.
Yeah, it's working, guys.
Oh, this is great. This is
$5,000.
great.
Oh yeah, there's Playmate with a horse. We had that in the Chloe MA the other day. Yeah. There's a Baywatch collection. Ah, classic.
Okay, so I think if people are worried about this whole secure, not secure that you might see, it's all just being updated on their end for all of this. So just, it's a secure site. So just don't worry on that. It's all being updated. But have you seen some of these hot collections? Oh damn. Oh great. This is great. I mean, this is my first time seeing this live. I mean, I've seen all of these in demos, but not live. So it's definitely giving a different, it's different feel. It's a different feel for me right now.
The interactive background isn't making my computer melt, so that's a good sign too.
Everybody is happy. Okay, that's great. That's great.
I still can't connect to the site, so everyone's happy.
No, Majid, I think the overall view of the site is really looking great. It's just get the HTTPS SSL stuff and that fixed, and this will be cool.
Well, hopefully,
yeah.
they're not.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they're not requesting too many Let's Encrypt TLS certs. Otherwise, they'll hit rate limit and have to wait a couple of days for that to work. So hopefully not.
I launched a lot of different software products. If you just set a date 14 days ahead in time, or whatever, or the same would have happened. So it
That's what people need to remember. That's why I'm relaxed because it doesn't matter how much you prepare. It really doesn't matter. This can still happen. So
it doesn't help to wait either. You just get through it. Yep.
I mean, this is like getting to be the first users to watch a website actually launch the first time. Normally, I think some companies get the TLS certs and all that launched, but whitelist it to IP address just for the creators first, and then make it publicly available. But whether or not that can be done in future features on the website, I don't know. It's pretty cool seeing it slowly come live, though. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, as a web developer, you don't launch a site like that.
Yeah, I mean, when we
like that.
sites, we tend to have it all running in production, but either behind VPN whitelisted first, so that we can then the certs and everything already set up, you're not having to wait for them and stuff. But
Someone's like, we want a Majid NFT naked.
You wanted NFTs naked. Oh, lovely.
They want an NFT of me naked. Oh wow. Oh wow. I mean, there's no more questions anymore. This AMA is not an AMA anymore. This is more of a voice call lounge, I think, at the moment, which is great.
Yeah.
So
it's good to know that you use Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Oh, back down again.
So, guys, can we conclude it's real? That's what everybody was wondering about.
There is a okay. So it's 7:30 in the morning for me. I believe that I can be a little more casual with the community right now. Which is fine because I deserve it. Okay, so and you deserve to see the lighthearted side of myself too. So that's great. So there's a section. You see that there's a section that says adult stars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we added this in as an additional, like wasn't last minute. It was just like, it was fairly recently where this is a dedicated section just for the tier 3 content. Okay. So I'm really excited about that because this is how Playboy did it. They had an adult star section. So I was trying to kind of emulate Playboy as well. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Have you had anyone from Playboy say hello or anything to your team, or be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" or anything like that?
No, not yet. But I think one day I have a feeling they're gonna want to reach out and partner. I have a feeling.
In a friendly way.
I'm guessing Playboy itself isn't a trademark name, so you can use it without any problems with that, right?
Yeah, there's nothing. What's the worst that they can do? I mean, they can cease and desist. Okay, we're not the Playboy of crypto. We're the #1 adult crypto. Like they'll just make us stop using the phrase. Sure. Oh well, I don't mind. You can't censor a phrase. We're not using their logo or anything that can create confusion. So it'll be a simple cease and desist that is really just meant for us to stop branding as Playboy, but I don't even think that will happen because
when it's called
Playboy,
Taboo, right?
Playboy. I mean, I've talked to Chloe a lot, Chloe Terry. One of the reasons she's really excited is because Playboy is dying as a brand, and she knows that. Like there's things that I see now. It's like, for example, the hot collections. Like, sure, I see some nudity there. I would prefer that gets fixed by the dev team, and keep it to just tier 1 and tier 2 content. I see these things, you notice them after launch and you update them. It's like, okay, like I look at this and I say, yeah, the average person that comes onto the marketplace, I mean, sure, we're all really happy to see, you might be all happy to see boobs and all of that. But definitely, I definitely want that to be not there on the hot collection side at first glance. So now I know to tell the dev team, hey, please make sure tier 3 content is not there, right? So these things, you only notice them at launch, right? Like, I can't I can't be upset about it. It's just needs to be fixed. That's all, and updated. So
that's what we're talking about.
The risque collection. Sorry there.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, palatability before. That's exactly what I was getting at.
I got a real silly question, but what's the link to the marketplace?
www.officiallytaboo.com.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's okay. Well, okay.
Makes you wonder what's in the tier 4 access,
site still doesn't work for me. I'm in South Africa at the moment.
It was working
Yeah,
for
it's a
me
bit
for
up
a
and
little
down.
while, and then now it's not. So,
Yeah,
okay.
just
So they're saying for standard single name and wildcard certificates, it can take a minimum of 1 hour to several hours after you approve the SSL certificate. Occasionally,
Yeah,
the issuance may take longer and require up to several days. It is
yeah.
approved and will activate soon. So SSL certificate is already there. People just need to be patient.
It can take an hour if it's requested it and it's on back off, but it takes several days if it hits a rate limit if they've requested it too many times within a given period. So it's a moving window. So yeah, it could take several days if they haven't requested too many of them. Otherwise, an hour or 2 or 3 is about right.
Mm.
I mean, usually for HTTPS, it's more if you're entering credit card information and that kind of stuff on the website, because it's for like encrypted traffic. Otherwise, if you're searching, I mean, there's not much to try and exploit from the user if they're just looking through a website, to be honest.
yeah, especially when you connect with the wallets. Don't see SSL. Actually, it doesn't really matter because you're connecting to a wallet.
Exactly.
I would, as a web developer, I don't think it's an issue now. The SSL is probably for me, it looks more like a hosting issue. I don't know.
Looks more like a what? Sorry.
Hosting issue.
Yeah.
The server can't handle the amount of requests that is getting. It's at a given time, especially if there's a load now. Still, it shouldn't be an issue if there's a good hosting package.
I think it's because like when you load up the first page, you request a lot of files because of the collections and everything.
Oh, there was a lot. There was a lot of. We have almost 300 NFTs. Yeah. So that's.
I'm sure it's tons of queries running at the same time, which really slows the site. I guess you guys will have to do quite a lot of optimization.
Yeah. It's kind of a case of only load the thing when they click on it. Otherwise, if it loads everything and lots of people are doing it, that's a huge amount of traffic easily.
Yeah, like load like the main aspect of the site and then everything else in the background. But I just think that a lot of integration with the blockchain. So there's plenty queries now running at the same time. So yeah, that's why you don't launch a website until you actually tested it on a real environment.
So I've loaded the page. I've got quite a few images, but if you open up the developer console, it's got 72 errors because there's 72 more files it's trying to get, and that's just me, right? And I doubt there'll be a delay between images. That will be all at once. So yeah, things to learn. Good fun.
Also caching, and I don't know if you guys use Cloudflare, but you should use Cloudflare. That's definitely a must from security, from DDoS, and definitely for caching.
Not only for caching, but also for maybe some load balancer is also a good choice to use, because when you have a lot of queries, then the load balancer can handle that, such as Azure do, or maybe Amazon Web Services.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're
Yeah,
working.
you know what? This is I'm talking.
They're working.
See, there's a website. There's a CNFT marketplace for Cardano NFTs. Had issues for like 2 months. The more people came, it just kept crashing, and then they had to literally just go back and redo the whole thing because they couldn't handle the traffic. So yeah, you guys, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're recommending? So because I know that they were very confident and and happy about what they were doing for this launch. But like, what were you saying exactly? You were saying cloud services you were mentioning.
No, so when you develop anything, usually on local host, everything is run smoothly and nicely. But as soon as you run it on a server and you start getting quite a lot of traffic in it and quite a lot of processes running, and I'm sure there's plenty of JavaScript and jQueries and whatever, and it gets quite heavy. I was able to load the site once. There we go. It's loading now. So what I'm saying is just you should add the website onto Cloudflare. So just Cloudflare. Cloudflare is a must from caching point of view and from security point of view. And it's very cheap. So
yeah, I agree. It's not about a real website that you had developed. It's about the network configuration. And right now, in a way, I think the ideal way would be hidden away the real URL and just do the latest network switch on it when turning it on. Right now, there is a lot of links and network setup that is not working in the hosting stuff. So it's nothing wrong with the website. I'd say it's the deployment to the production
it's the ops,
sites.
isn't it? And the load
Yes.
balancers need to be properly configured. One thing that the dev team might want to know about, just looking actually at in the dev console, is they're running client-side JavaScript, and they might be able to fix this actually quite quickly. But they're running something called in their client-side JavaScript quick search, and they're using jQuery to do that, but they haven't loaded jQuery, so none of the client-side JavaScript, I believe, is running properly. So they might be able to do a quick hotfix for that actually, as part of what they're doing right now, Majid. So
I agree with you because I agree with you because that explains why none of the links working either. So.
Yeah. As a reference error,
They're saying that the AWS approval is just taking time for the HTTPS. That's all. They said everything is okay on that end. People were complaining about HTTP or not having HTTPS. So they're saying that that's coming. So
okay, that's coming.
The HTTPS really is not a big issue because it's not an information that we're transferring, and it's mostly was designed for credit card and it's sensitive information, but because we're using wallets, blockchain, HTTPS won't even matter.
Yeah. That's true.
So now it's more to get the logic of the site with the JavaScript things to work in order for us to navigate within the website, I would say. And that's not working. That's not loading, at least in Northern Europe.
Yeah, I think also a big issue, if you ask me, is caching. So if you don't have caching in place, every time the user goes to the site will just load all the images over and over and over of just once. And this is huge for sites, especially for big sites that have a lot of images.
Right.
So just go look into Cloudflare and just you're gonna have to set up the DNS to direct it to Cloudflare, but everything basically works from there. Beautiful. I mean, it's really the first site.
You can just forward the request. Are you guys using? I've thought about using Cloudflare, and if you get a question mark back, then they should know what it is.
But that doesn't mean it's the only thing that's the only one that's supposed to be used, right? I mean, what if aren't there?
No. But the thing is, you can always opt it. Look, when you build a website, there's always ways to improve the speed and the functionality of the site, and there's always things that you can improve. So that's one of the things that you should do. Is the most important thing, in my opinion, in a website is caching, because there's just so much data that you can store and not just deliver every single time person visits your website.
Especially when you have all over the world, so you can this is distributing content throughout the network, right?
Exactly. It's a CDN that distribute your content all around the world. So if you have someone in South Africa, it will basically distribute the content to a server that close or in the area in South Africa, for instance.
Yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense.
So I've just sent you a DM, and you just because I think
Yeah, maybe
just you can pass it on to the dev team. They'll know what that is.
Hello, guys.
Okay, yeah, and then maybe
If you ask me, I mean, I would just postpone the launch maybe for another 24 hours and just make sure everything's working. And maybe have like very few people, maybe, I don't know, maybe 50 guys in the group testing the live environment, and maybe like certain people know the like a URL or something like that.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to test it before.
I agree, and take some screenshots of what we see, right? To just so the rest of the gang
Yeah, I've just taken one.
see what we are seeing.
Yeah,
it's not a shame. It's all good. It happens every day, all day. It's something that happens. It's fine.
Yeah, they just they haven't loaded jQuery. That if you say that to them, they'll know what it means. It means none of their JavaScript is running in the browser at the moment, which is what that image I've just taken a picture of and sent to you it is basically.
Okay,
which should help a lot of things, I think.
Okay, so what? So if I let me send this to them. I mean, they're working very, very hard. So I just need to.
I'm sure there's a million things they're dealing with. Just if they need to stick a tick on a ticket or something, that'll help them, I think, because then they'll know what on earth it means.
So that means you say that then it will start load, but it will go slowly because it's not cached around. But at least it will work.
Well, the thing I just sent to Majid was just they haven't loaded jQuery, so their client side JavaScript fails and doesn't run at all. So if there's any kind of functionality that's utilizing that on the form, it won't work.
You can also go to console and inspect element. Go to console and see what queries are running, and you know, see what you can do to speed up processes. In my opinion, there's a major load of processes and queries running, and it's just not loading.
Now I got the coming soon picture again, and I think that's good.
Yeah, back to the landing page.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I need to make I think I need to make an announcement on. I guess it was really server overload or
load balancing and server overload. Yeah. I mean, trial by fire, getting lots of people to do it all at once is a good test.
Yeah. I think you can use the word network setup challenges, whatever, something like that. Nothing really.
You can always say you guys just crash our server.
Yeah, no.
Blame the server. That's good.
Blame the users.
It's 400 errors. It's 400 errors.
Yeah, I was gonna say blame the users.
You sounds like an experienced developer.
No.
I am a experienced developer. 25 years.
The truth is, I think, like I said, I put a lot of pressure on the dev team. I mean, I just threw mountains and mountains of additions, like the auctioning and the bidding and extra features, and they were telling me, Majid, like, this is a lot of work. I'm like, well, this is why we paid you, like, gotta get it done. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that they made any mistakes. I don't even think this was a mistake on there, and I think this is just normal networking issues that can happen on any launch, no matter how much you prepare. And they're obviously doing their part to work on it, and I've seen this happen on many projects, but I did put a lot of pressure on them. I mean, I really did. Because I wanted it to be perfect when we launch, but maybe that was my demise, is the fact that, hey,
Majid, I think loading the site at the moment is an issue. Wait till you're gonna have lots of wallets connecting and a lot of transactions happening in the background. That's probably gonna but
Yeah,
triple the
so
loads.
can you
There's a lot of
can
work
you
to do.
DM me your thoughts on this, on the caching and all of that, just so I have that
Sure.
to share with
Yeah.
them, so I know what they're doing and I can reference what you've told me, because there can
Yeah.
always be improvements that can be made. You know, they are an amazing dev team, but I'm telling you, James and
Yeah.
I literally made their life hell. If we just gave them they were begging for an extra day. They were begging for, like they needed it, but I was like, nope, nope, nope. So it was partially my fault too, honestly. They were on rush because I wanted it launched this way and with these features in place, and that, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, maybe I was overly ambitious myself, but this is not speaking to the competency of this dev team, because like I said, some of you have seen the marketplace and how great it looks as it stands. So it's just needs to have some improvements.
Yeah, and that's what the important thing to communicate out, not the challenges and this and all the trust and all the
Yeah.
pressure you put on it. I
No,
really don't
well,
care
no, but
about that.
I
want
I
to see.
did do that.
Yeah,
But
I know. But I
I'm
think
proud
the
of you.
most. Yeah.
I was sorry. I was going to say, I would definitely say a few weeks of network hardening before, at least before adding more features to it, just so it really gets nailed down. I would say, because then it'll feel very solid to its user base once it gets traffic.
You, both of you who have been sharing those points, just DM me those points.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Just so it's
Hope you don't mind.
So it's just mentioned, but I know they know what they're doing, but I just want to make sure that because again, like there was already other features I wanted them to add like tomorrow, right? So I need to slow down with them so that they are not so overloaded to the point that
I can tell you that developers don't work well under pressure.
Because
yeah.
To an IT
Yeah.
person, you sounds like you are leapfrogging the whole testing and hardening phase, right? So throwing new things on a later stage now is not solving anything.
No,
so.
but that is what I did. Really, that is what I did.
Yeah.
So,
Listen to the
and
advice from the IT guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's okay. I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna be a little more. I think. I'm gonna ease the pressure on them a little bit rather than I'm gonna ease them a little bit. Don't worry. I'm gonna say that right now.
But it looked damn good. It looked damn good.
It does look good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say people.
Okay, logging off. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, no problem. And I'm gonna make an announcement to the community soon here. And it'll get live and running at any time, really. So I'm not doing another countdown. I'm not doing anything like that. It's just when they're done doing what they need to do. Great. People are going to be trying to log in all day anyway. So yeah, that's great. So, I think, that being said, I mean, I haven't seen anything happen to the price drastically in any negative way. So, of course, that's really good. That means a lot of people have seen it and they're happy with what they've seen. So that makes me very happy and allows me to also ease my mind as well. We'll let them do their work and what they need to get done. Of course, improvements always can be made at all times. And I want to make sure they don't break down from me and James being such hard asses with them, expecting perfection. So I'm going to tell James after this call, we need to go easy on them because everyone has a limit. And I definitely pushed their limits. I definitely did. But at least they have the functioning product made with everything. Maybe not. Maybe they had to sacrifice a little bit on some of you mentioned, the networking, networking load side to fulfill my requests and James's requests that were just thrown at them day in and day out. and they magically were getting them done. Like, I'm telling you all, like, I'll tell you one example. Like, this dev team is so competent. I need you all to really understand just how quickly they were to do this. I mean, we had the buy now and the auctioning feature and minimum bids and all that. And I told them, I said this literally within, I think it was 6 hours ago. I'm like, by the way, can we please change this? And can we please make it so that on any buy nows, anyone can bid? And they went ahead and they did that, as well as dealing with all the rest of the testing and getting ready. And I didn't even expect them to be able to put that into place on the marketplace. So they're a very technically sound team, but I think I might have been a little too hard on them. So I should have probably given them an extra 12 hours, honestly, as probably all the time they needed. So it's okay, everyone. People that have seen the marketplace, I know they're very happy with it, with what they've seen. So I will make an announcement now about how the marketplace has gone live. But unfortunately, there just needs to be some improvements on some networking and some more scaling around that. And until then, I mean, this can go live at any time once this gets fixed. So other than that, this was a fun ride with all of you for the last pretty much 4 hours. So if anyone have any final thoughts they want to share with me before I conclude the call? Before I do, I want everyone to stay extremely positive, especially the ones that got a glimpse of the marketplace and saw what they saw. Remember that image, and remember that we're just in the middle of just doing some network upgrades and fixing some things that you can only anticipate after launch. So it doesn't matter how much you prepare. These things can happen. So just like how a computer can break down and and just needs to be a slight repair. So they're telling me not to worry. I'm not worried. I hope no one else is worried. But I will make an announcement now. Let's stay positive in the chat and let's stay encouraging. Because we only get to launch once, and I believe that regardless of what's gone on, this has still been good for me because I got to see the live working product for a little while with my own eyes, and let's continue our journey together. So thank you, everybody. It's 8 a.m. for me. I really do need to get back on some calls with them. I'm not going to go to sleep right now. I can't, but thanks again, everybody, and let's stay happy about how the marketplace is going live. It has already gone live. There's just network upgrades going on at the moment, and now I'm rambling because I have stayed up all morning. So I'm going to end the call now. I love this community, and I love where we're heading with Taboo. And thanks again, everyone, for your time and for being on this call. Any minute, any hour now, this should all be back and working smoothly. So, and I will inform the community if they need any more time. I am not going to pressure them to the point where they break down. I'm going to find out what time they actually need, and we'll work from that. So thank you, everyone, and I'll chat with you all soon.
Okay.
Cheers. It's been a fun,
Well done. Okay.
fun test and feedback session.
Thanks.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you.